then, making a copy offline for the purpose of backups and editing and stuff. That could have saved you immensely.
That's why I had such an issue on Jaffe's show whenever frickin' Angel was talking that dumb shit about frickin' wasting time recording. I'm like, and editing and shit. I'm like, dude, seriously? I mean, frickin', you're trying to tell everybody that frickin' streaming is the end all to everything, and you shouldn't frickin' back up your shit and edit it and make it
That's
look nice.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Remember, you don't own anything,
Have to
and you will
back
be
up.
okay.
Well, I'm just saying
Yeah,
it's.
that's the entire point of the streaming, isn't it? You give the ownership to somebody else. In general, and therefore you don't own that piece of work. At least it's got back, if you record it as well, it's got backup, and can reuse it and re-edit it and fully own it.
Naroki, he's just sent out messages, and he said, "I had to watch this, so now you have to watch this." I don't trust that. I freaking got him good. I went on his show last night because he does that red pill thing, and they started talking about women and everything, and you know how these red pillars are. They get real excited when you start talking about women, you know, and I just started taking pot shots at them and shit. I love it. Those are some great guys, man. I'm serious, they are. On the ones on the Naroki show. I love it. What was it? It was Angel and V that was on there last night, and V started talking about black cock and how freaking white people are intimidated by it. And then what I did is I was like, but yeah, dude, when it comes to your comment about black cock, all I've got to say is, dude, look at that shit. You know what I mean? And freaking they all started busting up. You know what I mean? I'm like, they started busting up laughing and saying it was freaking stereotyping and shit. And I was like, the only competition we have is freaking, or the only thing we have when it comes to competition is like Oriental people. You know what I mean? For freaking, I was just, you know, we crack on each other like that. And V and freaking Angel are, well, Angel's half Cuban and he's half black, and then V's just black, you know. So we all like have fun about that shit and everything. That's the cool part. And then I'm not sure, but I think Naroki is Jewish.
Don't know.
His voice sounds kind of Jewish, which is.
I can sorry. I can avoid if you say ethnic Jewish, then I think accents as ethnic Jews
It's
got a real distinguishable accents.
You really don't know how to like. The Jewish people have their own freaking way of talking, dude. If you pay attention, you will notice it. I mean,
you say with Anglo, yeah. I just had a word on my. Had the word on the subject.
He posted that, and
Yildiz, yeah.
I have this suspicion that he's posting it out of revenge, because he's not used to everybody, you know, he doesn't like it when everybody freaking acts that way on his show, you know. He's all Mr. Prim and Proper and keep everything in order and shit, you know, and then all of a sudden us ruffians show up and ruin the party, you know.
Shame on me.
He's something else. I think that's what makes it so fun out of all of it, to be honest with you. Okay, I think I've got everything set and going. I gotta check the audio.
Talking of audio,
Show up
decided I was going and get that left tail mic on Monday. Yeah, Monday. No.
So you are getting your mic, cool. No, out of all.
Thought there might be an improvement on that. By the reviews and sound setup, listen to.
No,
different improvements.
Now, if you need me to freaking help do sound checks and stuff, just let me know and I'll go on there with you and let you just run your audio by me and see if it sounds
Business
good.
and that's privately jobs. I'll run it through all the city first, run it locally first to see. And
Now, if you need me to,
do a test between this one and that.
I checked all the audio. It should be good and everything. See if it sounds.
Cool.
I can't believe I keep forgetting to record these. No, I mean, like Mark said last week, though, you know, I agree with that too, because like I've got freaking multiple platforms streaming this, so it really isn't an issue. It's just easier to get the starting point of the freaking recording if I hit record this way or doing it that way.
Yeah, but you're recording it, so you didn't have moments uploading it, and then you have to download it again afterwards.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's just time, even more time consuming.
Yeah, I know.
If you can do both at the same time, then.
But the odd part
better.
is this is the only stream I've been doing it on. Like I mean,
you're doing sexual.
well,
You're recording sexual.
I've been hitting record on every single stream except for this one.
Okay.
For the
Okay.
for the last two, I think it is the last two of them, and I have no idea why. So it's really strange. I've had an interesting week too, by the way. I don't know if you've been paying attention to the chat or not.
Oh, well.
I usually use my audio backup that I'll strip from the video. Usually it will come from either Twitch or it'll come from Odyssey. Because they mix down faster than any of the other platforms.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, they render quicker than the other platforms. So I can get downloaded and then strip the video from it straight to audio and then splice and dice from there.
Yeah.
But
I've been saying that for a while about Odyssey. They've got, when it comes to their freaking streaming, they've got their streaming. I think it's a lot better. It might have its issues, but like they have functionality in there that's freaking awesome. Like if I
like Odyssey's functionality, but I don't, and I like that that I can go in and I never have to change the codes. I only have to, pick a title. But here, the nice thing that I like about Rumble is I don't have to do that either. Well, that changes, but I can keep templates. If I could do templates on Odyssey, oh my God, I wouldn't use anything but it for recording.
Now, I found out too, and I've been overlooking it. I know everybody has an issue with YouTube, but I found out frickin' they've been doing that for a while now. I just haven't been using them. I didn't even realize that I could do it. Well, I did. I seen the fact that they give you an option on your streaming. Like,
What's that?
Where you give you an option to schedule your streaming, and it's right up on the, where it says end stream and everything on YouTube. When you go in there to do a live stream, they'll always give you the option to frickin' schedule, create a stream or anything like that.
Yeah.
And that they'll save like the templates that you want if you want to schedule your stream for later. Well, what you do is you pick one of those, and that's the equivalent of a template. And then say if you go in and you want to do it again and make another different template, you can do that too. So you can have them organized like that. So here before long, I'm gonna start doing that on YouTube too.
YouTube would be awesome if they would just quit the politics.
Yeah. Stop.
Okay.
Stop the bullshit.
Stop the bullshit.
Yep.
And you have the same thing going on with Twitch, but not as far as the content thing. You have that with
Mm.
yeah, you have that with the individuals.
Yeah.
Okay, because so many individuals not only stream to Twitch, but they'll stream to YouTube as well. So they're you know
Well, see, Twitch, my issue with Twitch is kind of the same issue that I have with this D Live shit. Okay? Now, like, freaking.
yeah,
One thing that freaking I don't like about Twitch is I want my shit to freaking stay on there forever. I don't want it to be deleted after freaking 7 days.
I don't mind that because
You know.
I use other platforms for archiving.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
that everybody thinks that that's okay, but the truth of the matter that makes it harder on you, and like these monetization freaking steps that they have,
Oh
freaking
yeah, they're
they sound really easy,
ridiculous. Yeah,
but they're not.
and but you know, Kick is good once you get your affiliate, but to get your check mark for them, okay, that's like getting pulling eye teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Only certain people at certain times, at by certain admins.
Have they got a written policy?
Yeah, and it really matters what category you are in. Like my category, talk radio or talk and that, as well as like the VTubers, we're like
Okay.
the lowest on the totem pole
Yeah.
for getting our check marks on Kick.
Again, has Twitch got a actual written policy on this? They've got a written published policy document on this.
Hmm.
The
Halfway.
terms of service, you got to speak American.
Uh,
Yeah.
well, everyone, well, the
I know, I know.
certain terms of services.
I just had to tell you, you have to speak American. Which, don't get me
Okay.
wrong, I'm not saying English. I'm saying American. You know what I'm talking
Let me
about.
start to let
Yeah.
me start to comment on UPIA.
I don't even,
I
I take that back because I do not want you to try to use an American accent at all.
I'm sorry
At
about
all.
something. Actually, I just realised that I've never actually signed, I've never actually registered with Odyssey. And I was just looking at the terms of services, and I see that they have no DMCA policy.
You know,
Yeah,
it's weird
but
too when you bring all that shit up because like I just kind of glanced over it. You know how I am. I just glanced over it. But like on D Live, did you ever go on there and notice that like their terms of service and everything is just posted right in the chat and that's it?
Yeah.
I did look at them ages ago, but I've not really.
I'm just saying it does seem weird that it's in the chat. Like,
Yeah, they take a much more foreign based sort of perspective, foreign type.
now I'm gonna go use the
Like
bathroom and get
legal.
ready and all that good stuff. So I got everything set up, and it looks like the streams are up and going now. So I'll be right back. I gotta go get my coffee and everything going and be ready. So see if you can get Tan to come in here.
Okay. Actually, that's a point. That's good. Delays, please refer to our privacy policy. Looks like it's me. It's nicely HRED. Okay, just another thing. Let's have a look. Oh, well.
Sorry if I'm kind of quiet right now. I'm doing I'm making a music thumb drive for my truck.
Okay, fair enough. Just reading through Odyssey's privacy policy and not overly impressed. So, no ownership for no GDPR policy. Yeah, I've come to the conclusion Odyssey's privacy policy is lacking information, lacking actual substance.
So, do you have a good day today, Mark?
Be mixed, I think.
Mixed.
Yeah, mixed. It's been okay. It's not been amazing, but it's been okay.
It was really nice here today.
Yeah, it's been
Pretty day
very
today
warm.
outside.
It's been warm today. Yeah, but I've not hardly stepped outside all day, so yeah, I've just been in here. So I'm looking at screens for the majority of the day.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's been warm.
Oh, here's the new password. Sorry about that, Mark. I didn't want everybody to know Wi-Fi password.
Sure, yeah.
Well, you just never know, right?
Indeed. Safety first, security first.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Oh my god. I had to go.
What's that?
I bumped my I had a whole bunch of stuff highlighted. I bumped my stupid so it was like, uh-oh. Like I have to go back and re-highlight all that crap again. Undo.
Okay, I am back. I had to go out and take a smoke real quick and everything. We're at 6 o'clock here my time, so I guess I could go ahead and hit record. It just doesn't feel right now hitting record. Okay. Let me do my countdown and we'll do it.
So, and you're live.
3
on the radio side.
3, 2, 1, now. Hello everybody and welcome to Minds Roundtable. Minds Roundtable weekend event. I'm Roger Hanson, and today I actually remembered to hit the record button, and with that being said, I am going to do an introduction because this is a special episode of Minds.com, or not Minds.com, Minds Roundtable weekend event. This is officially our final episode for the second season. It's probably the most amazing one because this is the freaking stream that has driven me more crazy than any of the other streams we've done. And
me too.
Exactly.
Me too.
Exactly. Freaking, before we get started too, I do want to say, because these two deserve freaking all the credit for this, Tan Hai Tran and Mark Edworthy, you guys have been wonderful. Okay, I want to freaking officially say that on this episode because, like, I don't think this thing could have gone this far if it wasn't for you guys being here with me. I mean, I would have freaking gave up on Mine's Roundtable a long time ago, to be honest with you. I mean, this and that's why I think we should actually have a conversation about this actual stream, you know, because I think out of all the ones we've done, it's the one that has the most history, you know what I mean? You don't think so?
I don't know about history.
Yeah. Okay. Tell me anything on any of the other streams that have been more interesting than what we put on the Roundtable?
They've all been interesting and right. This is just a bit more. This stream is just a bit more random than the others.
More rowdy too.
Yeah.
It's like, and freaking also besides having you guys on there, I do want to say kind of how it started out. Like whenever freaking this, we've been streaming give or take about 10 months now. I'd say it's about 10 months. I can find the official time when we started because I got it all documented on my channels, but I know it's been around 10 months, and we decided to freaking do mine's Roundtable first, wasn't it? It was either this
possibly.
one. This one was the first or one of the first ones that we did, and Karma Love started coming in and helping, and then it was you, me, Mark, you, me, and Tan, and Karma that were going through and doing all the streams and stuff together. And most of this right here was the one where we all came together and we all started doing crazy shit, you know, and hanging out and stuff. So I think, and that first season was pretty interesting whenever we did the first season. But this second one to me was kind of iffy, you know what I mean? It's always been like up in the air. I didn't know for sure if we were actually going to be able to finish off the freaking season, because I remember I said that it would be a good idea just to keep this going for the first part of the year so that we could just finish the first or second season off straight up, but I didn't, because we started when, and it was in August, wasn't it, of last year?
It sounds about right. Yeah. I'd have to have looked at. Yeah, I think so.
It was right around August, and then we finished the first season and went straight into the second season. And like I said, everything started getting crazy during that time period. That's when freaking Karma left the show, I remember.
Mm-hmm.
And that right there kind of freaking set me back. At that point, I wanted to just give up because that shit was crazy. And that's when I had to go through the whole getting over people getting mad at you and leaving thing, you know. So that right there was where I was iffy. It was all in the air, and it seems like freaking that's the one thing that a lot of people seem to go through when it goes to streaming and doing their own shows and stuff. So what do you think? Do you agree with any of that shit?
You know, I had a hard time with that when I first started out, you know, but then I learned people come and go, and then sometimes they come back.
Yeah.
You know, and it's crazy like that, but it's really, I had a really good experience, you know, but then again, I've done radio, and radio is all about change and being there for the moment, you know?
Yeah.
So when I came over to these other platforms like that, I don't think I was as shocked to see, you know, hey, that's how, you know, things go at times, you know. But if you get if you get a show or a stream that lasts more than a year, okay, you're doing really good. All right, and you need to pat yourself on the back for that. Anything over 5 years, man, that's cream. You know? Yeah. 10 years is gold. You know, believe me, because I've the first few months are kind of like, but and then, you know, feeling it out, and then after you get going, you know, things will all kind of, you know, they'll either slide into place. Then, you know, with time too, people, you know, kind of will also grow away from you, or you'll grow away from them. And, you know, there's different things. It happened, and that's not a bad thing. It's growth. You have to look at it as growth. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And I'll tell from the very beginning, there's very few people that I've produced that I would never want to talk to again, or I've drawn the line and said I will never ever ever produce you. Don't bother me. Don't look at me. Don't listen to me. I don't care if you support me or not. I don't want your uh, influence, or you know, I'm leaving you behind. You
Yeah.
know? So, uh, and there's a few that's been like that, but that's very rare. And that's what you got to do. You got to when you do, like now you have several different topics and things that you work with.
Mm-hmm.
So really need to do is work on making that a family thing. All right. The group of people that you have, that's your family. That's how I treat all my hosts, co-hosts, and even the guests that they bring in. Because they may be, those co-hosts and guests may turn into hosts later, like Jack Carey was for me.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Carey's been a guest, started out as a guest, and a panelist slash co-host for one show, and now he has his own show with me.
Yeah,
And
we do the family thing too. It's just
yeah.
you gotta understand with us, it's a really really dysfunctional family. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
it is.
As all families
Of
are.
course it is. And it's no different than, m- say, the group of people that I have for Censorship Sucks, all right? That's a different group of people than my Cafe Enigma people. I mean, you, you, my Cafe Enigma people, they're mostly Telegram and, let's see here, Facebook and a few other platforms, where the Censorship Sucks guys, they're primarily minds people.
yeah. I'm finding issues with like people who are with this whole VoIP thing. You know what I mean? Like it's really driving me nuts because like people are freaking telling me I need to use stuff like Jitsi and stuff because that's open source. And, and stay away from Discord and stay away from freaking Skype because they're just trying to steal your data. I'm like, are you serious?
You pay your money, you do what you want. You read the terms of services, you accept the agreements. That's up to you what you use.
Exactly. That's what I finally had to decide. I had to put my foot down and say, you know what, show up to the freaking shows. I mean, if it's that important to you when you make those suggestions, show up to my shows. Maybe I'll freaking, take the time to freaking get on Gypsy because you're showing up. But like, don't just make your freaking grandiose freaking suggestion and then don't show up. You know what I mean? How many times have people done that to me?
Yeah. Well, you'll have that, and you'll also have the thing about clarity and things like that. Well, here you have to look at this too, all right? And a lot of the other people have to understand when you use Skype, it's the industry standard, all right? All major
Used to be
networks in the United States use it. NBC, CBS,
Microsoft Meet
ABC.
now, or Microsoft Meet is probably the more industry standard now. I know Skype has been around for what, 20 years now, give or take. It's a service that Microsoft's never going or not going to drop anytime soon, just because the amount of users is stopped. But I find in more of the corporate world, it's Microsoft Teams now, or an occasion ABC.
Well, see, with even Coast to Coast AM with George Norrie uses Skype. Okay.
Okay.
So that's what I, that's what I have to go with. And
Okay.
if they're using that, I need to use that too. I mean, maybe they're using it. Maybe the Skype that they're using is an upgrade because they're paying for it differently than I use a free version. All right.
So
So
yes, Skype
the quality may be different because of that, but I'm still using the same platform that they use, which,
No, I think as far as Skype is concerned, quality improvements is not a thing. What you are paying for is extra services such as having an actual phone number attached to your Skype account.
well,
But on
you
the
can put,
quality aspect,
you can add a number to Skype, okay,
mm,
and have a
mm,
call. Like, like I told my host, if they want a call-in number, all they have to do is, sign up and pay for the number, and uh, people will call them on their Skype, okay, and that makes it their personal uh, Skype line for the show.
yeah,
So I mean,
um,
and then I can still use the same um, free service
as well
that
as
I've
the
been
phone.
using for years.
Yeah. Now, see, that's what scarred me on the whole internet thing, because, like, freaking, for me, I wanted to be able to freaking get on here and figure out a way of doing it as cheap as possible. And
Yeah.
mm,
I found out that freaking you can, keep it limited to a pretty decent amount, but nothing's for free on the internet.
No.
That was the hard lesson I had to learn. So it's stop trying to get the freebies as much. Sometimes you do have to freaking upgrade, and like I thought I could go ahead and use an old freaking computer that I had from 2012.
the,
Yeah,
I've
you know what I'm
got to
saying?
1947 up there.
Well,
For some of that good
I have I have upgraded some things, but there are still quite a bit that I will not upgrade to a paid. I won't do paid services. No,
yeah.
I won't do paid services for even my archives. Why would you
Mm,
want to do that? Why would you pay for an archive to have an archive when you can go to the Library of Congress in the United States and it's free? All right, and
yeah,
never,
but
never take anything down.
certain things, as and just when looking up court cases and legal precedents, certain things, it's better to actually pay an account for to do further research.
Hmm?
I mean, that's not true in all cases, but I have found times when it would have been better if I'd actually spent a bit of money on actually accessing a white paper or a scientific paper or something.
Yeah, but it's like anything. If you do get some other values for paying for things, like oh, maybe you get listed,
Well,
on searches
now
better
see,
for doing that.
Mm.
this goes into what freaking I have my issues with Mines with at the moment, okay? I did pay for freaking Mines Plus, but the only reason why I did that was because freaking I would get paid for the content that I freaking put on there, you know what I mean? And,
Only the
and,
ones that you
and
Mine's Plus tag, yeah.
right, and I wasn't wanting the cryptocurrency, I want the cash, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not playing this cryptocurrency when it comes to Mines
Remember, it's
tokens.
not a
Well,
cryptocurrency.
I know. I'm
Section
just.
17.5. Sorry.
And so
You
that
don't like
seemed.
business.
Yeah, I know. I know. I know. I was trying to avoid it, trying to do it suave, like. But my whole point is like that was the only reason why I wanted to do it, and it seemed okay, but they freaking decided, that they weren't going to do it no more after freaking you go in and you pay freaking the $60 to freaking get their services. And like the whole time that I've been freaking using Minds Plus, freaking their platform is just shitty. It's not, I mean, it's like freaking needs a overhauling like you wouldn't believe. The analytics suck and all this shit, and freaking the only thing that they had going for them was the fact that they were giving me money for the videos that I freaking put out, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden they said they couldn't do that. Well, I almost, if it wasn't for Bashy, one of the people she's one of the admins on there, if it wasn't for her being nice and like giving me $2 for freaking $60, I wouldn't have been able to cash out on the last, or $2 to get $100. I wouldn't have been able to cash out on the last one that I had. I'd have been screwed on that. And there's a whole lot of other people who freaking paid into that shit that got screwed over. You know what I mean? So that caused a lot of frustration with me too. Whenever they stopped doing that, I boycotted Minds Plus. I just don't use it no more. I just post my shit right up on regular Minds, and if people want to see it, they can see it for free.
Yeah, I the only reason why I got Minds Plus, okay, is at one time I had an insane amount of points. Okay.
Yeah.
So what I did was I transferred those all to become Minds Points forever. All right, that I did that, and all the people that are that with me in Minds were like, "We would have gave you money for that." I'm like, I can't accept money for that. Otherwise, because if I could accept money and things like that, I would have monetized years ago. But I can't monetize. All right, due to my disability, the way it's written. All right. Now,
not only that, if you convert some tokens to money, that is technically a violation of the terms of services anyway.
And then at the time too, do you know how much? I mean, do you know how much I would have been paying for gas fees at the time? Oh my God, it would have been.
Yeah, precisely.
I'm not doing. I told them. I said, "You guys are nuts. I'm not doing it." Well, you wouldn't have had to get the gas fees or anything. We would have just sent you the money. You just send it to us. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. I said, I'm going to just I'm just going to go ahead and get my Minds Plus forever, and then I'm done. I said, because they like, why did you want Minds Plus if you're just going to do that? And I said, I wanted Minds Plus so I didn't have to see all these boosts and all the other stuff that they were starting to push at the time. And
yeah,
my own personal general approach to when it comes to Minds is I rarely look at the news feeds. I will go into specific channels or groups and then look at the content on there and then ignore everything else, or ignore all the feeds, that sort of thing.
With me, I mean, if people are on my friends list and stuff, and I get notifications from them, I usually go in and I'll see their stuff. I'll like it and remind it, and that's about all. I don't go into the freaking screen and start scrolling down.
I fairly rarely remind anything.
The only thing on Minds I hate.
My channel's quite specific, so.
There's only one thing on Minds that I despise more than Bill Altman, and that's freaking memes. Okay. I am not here to freaking watch your freaking dog do tricks in the backyard and look at memes.
Yeah, I've had enough of cat stickers for a lifetime, for a couple lifetimes.
And I have cat. I have a cat. I got 2 dogs, man. But I don't want to watch that shit on freaking the internet. You know?
Time wasting, yeah, I'm not, it can, violence can be
Yeah.
useful positivity, but
Well, I mean, and then I
getting
get,
services comes to mind.
and then I hear shit about that. You know what I mean? It's like freaking people that freaking I like are telling me that I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's like freaking Bob Dub is freaking telling me, "Oh, that's just so horrible. How can you be that way, Roger? Mine's is the greatest thing on the face of the earth next to
Yeah.
Elon Musk."
You know, at one time, I told censorship sucks. I said, man, you guys are so into that. How much is Bill and John paying you?
Yeah, I know. That's what I was wondering
And,
too.
and
Yeah,
he said, we're
yeah.
not getting paid anything. I'm like, well, it sure doesn't sound like that when you're on the air. I said, and if we don't stop promoting like an infomercial, they're going to start charging us
Hmm.
for it.
Yeah.
And they're like, what do you mean? I said, you cannot say mines on every episode, every stream, that's you are uh, creating an infomercial. And do you know how much infomercials cost on radio or TV?
Hmm.
More than they got to send me. Okay. So, and I had to put it to them that way. I said, we have to stop that. If we don't, they're going to cut us off and say we owe them X amount of dollars for infomercials. And they're like, we're not we're not advertising. Oh, said anytime you say mines.com or uh, use come to Mines and use my promo code, that's an advertisement.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And you know, it's I said, and they said, how what happens if we have Bill on or John or one of the others on? I said, that's not a problem then. I said, that is your guest. That's where you find your guest. Okay. And you know, these companies know that. I said, but if you don't have those people on that you're interviewing and you can't say you just can't pick anybody off, you know, a platform and say, oh, you know, I said, all we have to do is turn that around and say, uh, exchange the minds.com for facebook.com or twitterx.com. I said, can you do that? No. I'm like, exactly.
All right.
Because
Yeah.
it's advertisement.
And the thing of it is if they want to do all that stuff, just tell them they need to start using their referral code. It's on every freaking account they have. They just whenever they freaking do their streams, if they're doing them, freaking put it on
Right.
there. You know, and if these people want to go on Minds and they want to freaking support them on Minds, then they can click that freaking code and there won't be an issue. You know what I mean? And I don't agree with that, but I'm saying if that's what they want to do, because I've seen
But you
people.
can't do that throughout the whole show.
Right.
No one can do that. You can do that at the very end of the show. This is where you find me. Ba 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 ba.
Right.
Usually, and the standard is here's my website and here's my email and telephone.
Mhm.
Boom. That's it.
Email and
But
telephone, Jesus,
those three things.
GDPR.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you start getting into you know, you got you know, who's you know sending who money, who's getting this, that, and the other, and blah blah blah. And no, I'm not gonna play that game.
Yeah.
That's why even when I'm on all these platforms and that, you'll never hear me mention what radio station I'm on. Why? Because the first time I mention a station, all the other stations say, "Why didn't you mention our station first? You've been with us X amount of time."
Mhm.
And I'm not going to play he said, she said.
If you're on the
said
ocean on
with
that
anyone.
one station, then that's not a problem.
Huh?
Or if you're only if you're only hosting that series on that one station, then that shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I will never ever go exclusive, because the
Uh,
minute you go exclusive, that's the easiest way that they can blackball you on radio. All right. Oh, you were with that station. We can't hire you. Or yeah, we were good friends with the people that owned that station. We don't want you because they said bad things about you. Or they won't even give you the time of day. You know.
mm,
And believe it or not, that happens a whole lot when it comes to this type of these platforms,
I was always wondering that.
especially the radio side. It gets really
I
I
was
can
always
see,
wondering
I can
that
see
when
the
it comes
point
to
if
Art
you've
Bell.
got I can see the point if you've got some sort of exclusivity contract signed, then yeah, I can see the purpose of dropping the company's name anyway. But yeah, most people don't have such contracts agreed.
Yeah. Well, I was always thinking that too when it came to like Art Bell and everything when he left freaking Coast to Coast, because like they didn't leave on good terms. A lot of people don't realize that, you know. And whenever he left, that's when he went out to the desert, wasn't it? And he started making his own shows out there near Area 51.
No,
well.
I don't know.
His
But
health
there you go.
his health took a turn for the worst. Okay, and he couldn't get the care, and his family wasn't close to him, where because he was living in the Philippines. All right, I don't know if you all knew that. He for
Yeah.
years and years, uh, he would do coast to coast from the Philippines, and no one knew that. Every now and then he would say, "Hey, I'm broadcasting from the Philippines," or "I was just out at so and so place earlier today, and that's near my home." And I'm like, "Well, that's in the Philippines."
Again, I'm not sure who you're talking about because this is very US centric sort of
Oh no, dude.
presenter.
You should, Art Bell is even popular in England. I mean, Art
Um,
Bell was freaking. He was like a radio guru.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
you
people.
you know where Art Bell started, right?
I know it wasn't Coast to Coast. I know that. I know
Yeah.
he.
He actually started on Armed Forces Radio and Television,
Yeah, actually, okay, yeah.
just like me.
Yeah, and he that's the one thing I was wanting to say the other night when I was on Jaffe's, because Angel was talking that crap about Art Bell, and he dropped his name, and I wanted to say, hold on now. First of all, Art Bell didn't just get on the freaking radio and start spilling his mouth off and freaking not doing anything. The dude knew radio inside and out. He knew the freaking machinery that he was actually freaking working with. He could repair anything. You know what I mean? He knew what his shit was. He was very, very intelligent when it came to freaking radio and the stuff that he had to use in order to get freaking his shows running. It just wasn't about freaking making the show. It was everything.
Oh, yeah, and on top of that, you know, he wasn't the first to do that kind of stuff. There was a couple people that came before him, and the it's usually, and he just became the bigger voice, and and then USA Paranormal, not Paranormal, USA. I can't think what. There was another guy too. His name is Don Ecker. Now now Art and Don hated each other, and Don really despises a few other people. And I've been on Don's show too, but But oh yeah, the they're like old time guys. All right, but Don originally he wasn't on radio originally. Originally he was a police officer in Altoona, Pennsylvania, and then he took over. What was it? Um, UFO magazine. He was the him and his wife were the original editors and publishers of UFO magazine.
Yeah. Now I want to.
Yeah.
Now I want to make sure that I'm looking, or because I don't want to mess the names up. I know Don Ecker. I'm pretty sure isn't he? Yeah, he's the guy that took freaking.
Yeah.
He's
Beyond Night or something like that. No, Don didn't take what you call it slot.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people believe he did.
No, Don never worked on Coast to Coast. He was a guest on Coast to Coast. Oh, decades ago. Yeah, I mean,
right now he's live every night between 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. So it's like.
Yeah. Let's see here. George Knapp. And who was the other one? There was George Knapp and Ian Punnett. Those guys really built the slot between as the transition for George Norrie.
Yeah. Now, George Knapp, he's the one. I remember him now.
I like George Knapp.
Yeah.
He knows his shit. He's a TV guy out in right there next to one of the Air Force bases in Nevada. I can't think of what base he's near, but Eglin or something like that, maybe. But yeah, he was one that covered. Who was it? I can see his face, and the guy from Area 51, along with John Lear. He interviewed John and all, and.
Now I keep.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do. I keep messing his name up too. I used to like him because Lazar.
Yeah, I don't know how I can forget that because my dad.
Too.
Off, all right.
Yeah.
But it's a common name. It's so easy to forget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing I loved about him, what really caught my attention about him, just so I could say this, was he put a pirate flag up above his house, dude. Now that is so fucking cool, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lazar had a freaking pirate flag above his house, and I was like, dude, that is cool as shit. Because I love pirate flags. I do.
Yeah.
Not trying.
Well, one of my logos originally was a pirate flag, and I'm like, I had to do something different, so I did a lot of research on pirate flags.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, everybody uses the black one. That means when they fly the black one, that means that they're just going to come in and rob you, and then take everything that's good, and but they're not going to sink you. All right.
Mm-hmm.
When you fly the red flag, you're in trouble because there is no hold barred. You're going down. We're going to board you. We're gonna kill everybody.
Oh yeah.
And I used to use the red flag skull for a while.
Oh, freaking! That's what I was saying. You and Jeffy really need to meet each other. I think you and Jeffy would get along great. Have you ever met Jeffy Ryder?
Probably have.
He does what is it? WPRNP, I think is what it is.
WPRPN.
I always mess it up. Freaking
That pirate radio.
Yeah, the Pirate Radio Network.
Yeah.
WPR.
I looked into streaming over there one time. I'm like, I don't know if you guys could handle my stuff. or if they could, uh, afford the time slot for me, because uh, you know when I do a time slot, I have to be like, I can only do between this time and this time. Why can't you do these other times? I'm like, I'm simulcast all these other platforms at this time. If you want me live, that's the only time I can do it. And you have to allow me to, simulcast to other platforms and not mention your platform. Well, I don't know if we can do that or not. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
forget it. You know,
That's the bad part about you guys, man. Freaking like me, I'm just a rebel. I can say whatever
Right.
the hell I want, dude. But you guys have to like watch your p's and q's and shit. You know.
yeah, you can
I
get
don't know. I don't know.
thousands of dollars
It's not like,
you say the wrong word, if
Well,
you,
yeah, I can't say the wrong word. I guess you're right about that. But like, I don't have to worry about like freaking saying the wrong network because I'm on a radio or some stuff
yeah.
like that. You know what I mean?
Well, if you were on YouTube, you would.
Well, yeah, if I am on YouTube. I can't
Yeah,
say the
because
seriously bad stuff.
oh, there's a couple other video platforms out there that do not allow you to stream on any other video platforms but them if you take and stream through them, and they're
yeah.
free too. But they're like, I think Justin TV or something like that was
Yeah.
like that.
Hmm.
There was another. I, I'll look them up, but there's quite a few.
I think for some of them, I think it's just in TV actually, but had a legal case in the EU. The EU came up and stated that form of contract is not valid. It's invalid.
Well, Justin TV is Twitch now. You know that, right?
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
it,
yeah.
it
I
was
mean,
something like that. All right. It wasn't that. It was some other. Hold on here. I'll tell you in a sec. Oh,
They've always been through a lot of controversy though. Like back whenever they were Justin TV, I'd get on there and like freaking stream porn and everything. They get so mad at me, dude. And then like they
oh,
never.
I got a warning from D Live about my saucy uh, stream stuff. You know,
Yeah.
you know, I do have a little bit of eye candy off to the side. Okay, big deal. I'm like, they're covered, all right? They are
Mhm.
covered
Okay.
up, all right?
it's still family friendly.
But and
Do
on
you
top
live?
on top of that, all right, I am uh, I'm also listed as an adult channel, all right?
Mhm.
So
Okay.
and one of the admins came in there. We don't allow porn and blah blah blah, this that and the. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I said, let me review my stream when I'm done to see if I might have missed something that you didn't that I didn't know about, or I just missed. Uh, okay, and I'm like, so I went in there and I couldn't find a thing. Couldn't find anything at all that was like that. And I'm like, the closest thing I have is swimsuits. All right.
Yeah. Well, see,
I know. If they're making the allegation that he's got porn, then they have to pin. Then it's the logical for them to pinpoint exactly when the figure, let's say, give you a
Right.
time frame to actually point it out. I mean, they're making the allegation anyway.
Yeah. Well, okay. Here, Vaughn. Vaughn is the one. And Vaughn owns a lot of different free streaming platforms. All right.
Mm.
But it'll be like V Live. There's a whole bunch of other ones under them. So if you get
Mm.
banned by one, all the rest of them take you out too and don't allow you to come in. And
Is that specified in the terms of service agreement?
it, it is, but
Okay.
but the thing is in their terms of service they say you cannot have any advertisements for other platforms on it.
Okay. Yeah.
And 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 if you work here, you must be exclusive. I'm like, are you paying me?
Ah.
Are
Yeah.
you
Yeah. I
paying
was going to
me?
say, are you if you work here, what's your definition of work? I mean, yeah, is an actual physical legal contract, or the terms of service? This is a contract
That's
anyway.
in the
But
terms of
is there a
service.
contract that you an employee or a contractor of that company?
Hmm. But I never received a
Mm.
contract, so as soon as I streamed there, like it wasn't even 5 minutes when when they had an admin come in there just to check and see, I was a newbie in that, and boom, I was gone because it
Mm.
showed, other, I advertise all the platforms I'm on, include I even included them, but they're like, read these terms of services and mailed it to me and said you're banned, and it gave me a list of all the Vaughn Live
I presume
deals that I'm not
you
allowed to
review
use
the terms of.
or to use
I
ever again.
presume you review. Yeah, I presume you review the terms of services at time of registration.
Yeah.
When you registered. Again, every time you sign up to a platform, it will say, take care to agree to these terms of services. Users must read these terms of services. I mean, I hear all the time, oh, I am being banned from this platform, I'm being banned from that platform.
Yeah.
And my first question is always, have you read the terms of services and have you followed to the T that contract?
Yeah.
And most users will say no.
But
Mm,
you would think that if you're going to be able to stream and there's a multi-platform connector that allows you to connect to them. All right, but
mm,
it the platform doesn't allow you to do that. Then what's up with? Oh, I guess that they only want you allowed to only multi-platform within their domain, or anything under
within
the
yeah, company or
their corporate
subsidiaries. Yeah.
family. All right. So, and that's the only thing that I could figure out. I'm like, oh, now hold on here. Like, how am I, uh, this one little deal allows me to, go into all the other platforms, and you're listed on that. So I wanted to try you guys out. Um, I tried them
Yeah,
out,
yeah,
and it
remember,
failed, so miserably. But that's how
but remember, just
it
because there's technology out there to do this, doesn't mean it's being approved by them.
goes.
It's being sponsored or approved by them. Could be a third party developer just creating a connector for his own needs and
Well,
releasing it.
it's just water under the bridge for me because it was
Hmm.
just another platform that I could have been on that I'm not. I'm not hurt about that. I don't even know anybody over on the who uses those platforms, but I figured that if I could get in and I could get known, maybe it would be a good thing for my streams and shows. That's
Hello,
all I was
Dan.
saying. You know,
More larger audience.
I'm
Yeah.
on more than enough platforms that the only thing I really care about is when an a terrestrial station says we're not going to use you anymore. All right, that's because that right there is 40 to 60,000.
Can you guys hear me?
If it's an AM station, all right.
Yeah, we
If
can
it's
hear
an FM station, that's 80 to 100,000 listeners.
Hmm.
All right, that so I'm not really worried about all these other if I get 10 to 50 people in a chat, oh, okay, that's fine. Even if I get 3 people in the chat, I'm fine with that because I know I have numbers other places. And, it just, and these, when I get in there, it just lets me know that, hey, I'm being heard other places as well. And that's good. People have an alternative. If they can't hear me in one place, they can go to another and still hear me.
As long as they are aware of where you are. Again, this is the social media industry has grown massively in the last 10, 15 years. And it can be a bit of a cutthroat industry. But yeah, it's like I keep saying to Roger, it's the old bums and seats concept. If if people are interested and they can find you, your audience will grow.
Yeah, because if people can't find me, what the hell am I doing, right?
Indeed.
Are you talking about mine still, or?
No, I'm talking about
just
platform.
generally.
Yeah,
Just
and
generally.
we kind of talking about exclusivity. All right, for someone like Roger and me to be exclusive to one platform for anything, whether it's social media or streaming, that's a bad thing for people like us.
Right.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Because if you put all your eggs in one basket and that basket decides to let you go or fail, all right, where do you go from there? That's happened to me in radio before, and when that happened to me in radio, the first time I said this will never ever happen to me again, and I looked all around and I started scouting stations. I started, and then from stations, I went to platforms, and this is where I'm at today. you know,
The
I don't think
alternative.
anybody's.
The alternative.
I don't think anybody's ever broadcasting exclusively on one platform anymore nowadays, are they? Unless they're being
Oh.
exclusively sponsored by that platform to broadcast.
I don't know. I can think of quite a few channels that are on YouTube and only on YouTube. So obviously YouTube is the biggest provider.
I see. Yeah. And yeah. Right. So there's a big players, some big YouTuber on YouTube. They're probably exclusive on it, right?
Not only big players, but small players. After all, generally speaking, YouTube's financial sort of packages are fairly generous, or pretty generous. As long as you can keep within the favour, obviously. But yeah, I was thinking the alternative way of doing this is by self-hosting all of your material. But again, you've got to get the word out, the websites out to the people, to the masses, so they know where to find you. You don't have to be reliant on third-party providers, but again, generally speaking, self-hosting can be, depending on how you do it, can be pretty expensive.
Yeah, so I'm thinking about when I said big players, I'm thinking like people like Mr. Beast or.
Oh yeah. But I'm thinking of
like that, And then
Rogan.
Those people have actual contracts.
Yeah.
So when you get like that, yeah.
I'm also thinking of the smaller players. Christopher Barnett is somebody I publish posts on referencing his content, explaining computers. He's only exclusively YouTube, but he's a small player. It's just further income for him. Oh, it's not just further income, it's actually producing good material, but yeah, he's using YouTube because the listening.
Yeah. I can see it. My brother is on YouTube, and he's making little how-to videos and making some small profit off of it. And I know YouTube is the only thing he uses. I guess for some people there's kind of a lack of trust in other platforms other than the major ones that are out there. For people who are like not people who are like normal, like typical users who are non-controversial, right? And they 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 don't I mean they don't even know what Minds is. Um, or I don't know if my brother's ever heard of Rumble even. Sorry to say, but yeah, there are some people that like they stay on mainstream social media, and they don't want to go anywhere else, right? They're like kind of non-controversial players that they're fine. They're never flagged by Facebook or YouTube, so you know.
The messed up part is I'm actually starting to understand where these people are coming from, because like before you got here, Tan, I was talking to these guys about the open source shit that's been going on the chat, you know, and I'm like, you know, I mean, if these guys are so grandiose with their suggestions, they should show up for the frickin' episodes. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't just spill your garbage out.
Remember, I'm still working.
Well, you're one of the good
time.
examples that I'm referring to. I know you're open source and everything, but you show up, dude. You know what I'm getting? I'm like you. I just, and another thing I wanted to do, I'm gonna do it again. Before you got here, Tan, I said something mushy, and I'm gonna say it again. I want to say this show, even though it has irritated the shit out of me, I'm amazed that we came this far, and it wouldn't have happened without you and Mark. Okay, you guys are freaking.
Well,
you deserve.
I mean, we're the regulars, so yeah.
No, I mean you've also helped behind the scenes too. I mean, you know what I mean.
Sometimes that's miscommunications here and there.
Yeah.
Well, that's why it comes to this freaking stream. This right here. I mean, if you really stop and think about it, this was like the beginning. This is where we all freaking started doing all of this. You know, like on what was the second episode? Freaking, you were sitting there, and it took you like 10 minutes to realize nobody was going to show up, dude. And you go,
that's right.
You're like,
not used to this kind of show.
You looked over at the camera and you said, nobody's going to show up for this shit. And you just got all mad and everything, dude. And I was like,
Yeah.
Like, we're the only ones.
They will come. Well, a year later. Well, Mark W showed up, so yeah, we're mission accomplished.
Yeah, he's been pretty good too.
I try to come in, and I'm gonna have to get out of here real soon too, because I'm starting to get hungry. Because you know, I made this really nice brisket earlier today, and I've been waiting for everybody to get home. Now my oldest two that are home are at the house now, so we can all eat together. So I've been waiting for that.
Okay.
Now you're talking about traditional brisket too, though, right? Like,
no. Well, I didn't smoke it outside like I normally do. What I did is I took and I made it. I cut it up and butchered it, and I an eighth of it in a crock pot, and it's
Oh no,
oh,
it's that bad.
it's still gonna be good.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna fall all apart just the same.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Just won't have that smoky flavor, you know.
Yep. But you put that
Oh.
stuff in an oven too, but it's not the same as in a crock pot. There's just
No.
something about that crock pot that does it.
Yeah, well, you know, I had to defrost it. So what I did is I took it right out from the freezer
Mhm.
at like 7 or 8 this morning, and I
Mm.
put it right in and slow cooked it all day. So
Oh yeah.
it's been in there for going on almost 14 hours now.
Well, if you're heading out and everything, remember to frickin'
Oh.
drop your frickin' information and stuff so everybody knows how to get in touch
I
with
don't know
you.
if I'll be right back or if I'll be back or not, but anyways, you can always find me by looking up Dragus Productions, and that's all my shows underneath that banner.
Mhm.
The
Show,
show starts,
show his channel on the stream.
That,
yeah,
that
the-
that's what I was actually saying. Like post it up on the chat and everything, and I'll do that.
Right, just production. I think he sent it last time. I think I have followed it.
And we'll make sure that everybody sees
Yeah.
that in the stream.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
everything.
yeah. Make sure everybody sees that on the stream.
yeah, Dragus Productions, and the shows that I do are censorship.
He's spelling it.
Censorship Sucks is also yours?
Yeah, censorship shows.
Roundtable Radio Show.
I think a long time ago I actually heard a little bit of it back whenever frickin' I was doing my groups and stuff. I think I actually ran into it. Didn't you guys have something to do with Rebel Radio too?
Nope.
You did?
Rebel News?
No. Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Shows. Paranormal. Intelligence. Agency. Radio. Which is less than a month old. And I do the all new Cafe Enigma.
Oh, that reminds me. I was going to ask
All
you.
on mine?
Yep, and I do all those. I only broadcast my shows twice a week. One show on Sunday night. So this Sunday at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time,
Mhm.
7 o'clock Central,
That-
6 Mountain, 4 Pacific, and then you got 3 shows on one stream on Wednesday nights, and that starts at I start streaming the pre-show at 4:30 on the video streams, and the actual shows start at the top of the hour at 5 o'clock Central Time, which is 6 o'clock Eastern Time,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And I go until I'm all done.
There was something else I wanted to ask you too. A little while ago, you guys had an interview with John Clark. How did that turn out? Was that a pretty good interview?
Yeah. That was
It was on freaking the new Cafe Enigma, I believe.
Captain Enigma. Yeah.
So I was wondering how that was, cause like
Nancy brought him in, and that worked out really good.
Mhm.
And it was, but we've been having Jack in a little bit more since Jack's right before the all new Cafe Enigma. So he's a panelist / co-host on Cafe Enigma,
Mhm.
and our resident cryptozoologist.
Yeah.
And we got a couple other guys that do UFOs, and sometimes they don't get along because they come from 2 different sides of the same coin.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
What is crypto-ufologist?
Cryptozoology is Bigfoot, Loch Ness monster, the rockfin down in New Zealand, to giant salamanders that are found in Oregon to Washington. And sometimes, we all know about the giant salamander that's in Japan, but they're kind of related. But I mean, the salamanders are here are bigger than the ones over there, and sometimes we'll talk about snakes, giant snakes that can strike airplanes and things like that. Uh, Snakes that don't mind the cold. They have some sort of antifreeze in their blood. So and they're giant. And the the one guy that I had on, he passed away. Said that one came up between him and his wife in canoeing. And they were longer than both canoes put together.
Oh, wow.
So in a river.
Antifreeze in their
Up
blood sounds like
up in Four
transform.
Corners area. So that's Washington, Oregon, and the Dakotas.
Freaking, I knew you guys had cryptozoologists and stuff coming on there. Um, what's his name? John Clark. I've been on a few shows with Jaffe where he was on there, and like with him, the thing that kept annoying me was everybody kept asking him all the questions about freaking, the supernatural and everything, and this guy was a freaking Secret Service agent who worked in customs. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot more important things to be asking him than freaking what his thoughts about freaking this and that was. When it comes to paranormal shit. Like
Jack just had his last guest, Rob, I believe. Can't think what his last name is. I'll have to look it up here later on. He was CIA trained.
hmm
All right. Not only does he hunt for Bigfoot and things like that, but he's also a treasure hunter. And the CIA, took him through schooling and all that years and years ago, in order to find treasure to fund black projects
hmm
outside of the norm
Right.
that they would get paid. So yeah.
See, and that's the stuff I'm
And
talking about.
We didn't even get into that. So
That's my whole point. You know what I mean? It's like freaking it all gets shadowed.
there's so much that he does. He makes like microphones that can pick up footsteps that are 5 miles away. All right. And things like that are unidirectional. You couldn't hear it unless you beated right down onto exactly where those footsteps came from. All right, in the precise direction, because he gets that detailed.
Well, for me, the one thing that I wanted to know, because especially when it comes with John Clark and the Secret Service, like he said that he also worked for customs, and that's a big deal when it comes to people who are into conspiracy theories and they're into freaking they're truck drivers, because the Department of Transportation it's always been suspected that they have freaking people who are part of the Secret Service involved with the Department of Transportation and customs. They infiltrated them, and they're the ones that run the show. And stuff like that is something that I think would have been more appropriate for an interview when it comes to John Clark. So
Yeah. Well, I think Jack, when he brought him in, was looking at it as, well, he just came from a conference with them. All right. So they just picked up from where the conference left off and what they were talking about at the conference. So, but he's going to have him. He's going to have him back again, and there's going to be,
he's an interesting guy.
It might be. I talked to him and said, hey, you might want to, certain guests you might want to have as regular as monthly or quarterly. I said, start thinking about that now. I said, your show's starting to spark, and you're starting to get a rhythm. That's something you need to put in the back of your mind now. And Jack's never did his own show like that. He's done YouTube videos and things like that, which is you know cool. But you can pick up and edit and turn it off. Pause the camera, walk away, and then come back. With radio, you can't do that. You're like, it's everything's time sensitive, and as you talk, it's time sensitive because you don't want to. As I'm talking now, because I got a microphone in front of me. I don't let too much time slip between pauses. I'm sure you guys noticed that. And some people think that it's because I want to talk over them. No, that's just the years of training for that type of radio. You have to have it pack. There's got to be no breaks because 3-second break can trigger a radio break in radio. So dramatic pauses.
Experience to share. Maybe Roger, you should interview.
Oh, he has been. No, he's been doing it all night. I've already done a cool interview with him.
You did?
Yeah, I've already. It was like freaking. We've done one on Summer Todd's mystery show, dude. He can always come back and get serious.
I keep missing that. I keep wanting to get in and be more a part of that one, but.
Well, it's done for the year until October, so they're taking a break. We can't have those two going crazy because they're just using phones and shit, and we're trying to I'm trying to get them to where frickin' they keep their sanity because like.
Wait. So you're saying you guys interview Mark's radio broadcasting experience on Summer Todd's mystery show?
Over there. Yeah, and
it wasn't the radio stuff.
Oh.
But we can't.
If you guys want to do something just radio on that, and you want to do more in depth about,
I think Roger could use some tips.
All that tech time. I usually catch you guys for tech time.
Yeah.
But really need to get going.
Now on Tech Talk, what's cool about doing it on Tech Talk too is like I take the shows that me, Tan, and Mark do together, and that's an episode, and then like the interviews are still a part of Tech Talk, but they're not a part of the episodes. So freaking, you know what I mean? We can set up. We can set up.
If you ever want to take and do that, just let me know. And
yeah.
I've you could probably cut out a lot of the stuff that I told you tonight, and that's.
No, I don't edit this.
That's gonna get you, pretty far,
Yeah, I don't edit this. This is raw and uncut, dude. Freaking like everything you said here is gonna be put on. It'll have a nice freaking look to it. Don't get me wrong, but it'll have an introduction and an outro.
Either way, it's been great being in here with you guys. If you guys are still back and still on, well, I'm done eating, and I'll come back, jump in with you. I'll leave. I'm just going to mute myself on the on my mixing board, and you won't even hear any pop clicks by doing that. And that way, I can still hear what you guys are talking about in between. I might not be able to catch it all, but I can at least ask.
Sounds good.
All right, I'll catch up with you guys later. Thanks for having me in.
Hey, it's glad having you here, man. Yeah, it's been pretty good. We wanted to kind of focus on like the episodes and how all the stuff that we've gone through. You know what I mean?
I think that's a good idea.
Because
to recap the season.
Well, even from the beginning, if you want, because like freaking I said, this season 2, it would be cool. But I mean, like
from the beginning, you're right, from season 1 up until now,
Because you realize how much this freaking, do you realize how much?
Forgot that we're even on season 2.
Yeah.
So we're having like a shorter season 2.
No, believe it or not, this is 24 episodes. This is 24 episodes.
Yes. Oh, wow. Okay. Time flies.
This is the 24th episode. I had to freaking recount them and everything, and that's even with like whenever we did the music, and I had to freaking go in there and try to pull together all that stuff from within the vacuum in Austin when they did their music thing.
Mm.
That's even checking, making sure that that wasn't added as one of the episodes because I've had to break them down.
Which one? Which one would have been your favorite episode, Roger?
Oh God, I could.
Season 2.
I don't think I.
Season 1. A lot of good episodes that comes to mind on season 1 for me. Like we had the Mines guy came up for the network, or is that season 2?
That was season.
That was the end of season 1.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that was cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we got we got the movie night thing where we were streaming up until 11. Mark was up until 5 a.m. his time or something like that.
Yeah,
That's pretty epic.
Now, my favorite one would have had to been the dildo freaking episode. That was the best episode, dude. Like when Karma pulled that freaking dildo out, I was just blown out of the freaking water. I didn't even know what to say, dude. I was like, "Oh my god, dude!" Like that would have had to have been my favorite because I didn't expect. I don't think any of us expected that shit. And she's just wiggling it around on the screen and shit.
Well, I think I kind of expected weird stuff from Karma.
Yeah. Well, that one. I didn't expect her to have a dildo. That's what threw me off. Like she's all talking, like she's Miss Spiritual and shit, and good peace and love and everything. Here, check my dildo out.
Yeah, no, that could be. She could explain that away as spiritual stuff, I think she actually tried to.
Yeah, she did. she did, and it was cool. I mean, she freaking made my night. She made my freaking month. To be honest with you, when she did that, I was like, oh my god, dude, can you imagine? Freaking that was the cool thing about her.
Oh man, if you had just prepared for today's show, like a quick soundbite or a video clip of, the highlights of the glory minutes that we.
I was thinking about that, but
nice.
we've got like shitloads of them. I mean, and like they're not like a lot of video. I'm talking about like hours. Like there's some of them that are 6 hours long.
So you could create a montage sort of episode.
Yes.
Yeah, I could.
Yeah.
I could do that. What we can do is freaking next year, before we start. We're gonna start in January.
Yeah,
I'll make a freaking trailer. First, make a trailer.
Yeah.
For it.
Yep. Okay.
We'll have. No, I do have another thing too that I wanted to bring up, and it was actually a good thing for me, and like I've checked with everybody that got involved, the ones that did the music with us with mine's Roundtable.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I asked them ahead of time if we could use their music, and I was wanting to save it up as a library so that if frickin' Jaffe does actually do his Operation Secret Santa Claus, we could use that
again.
If he does it, because
he does it every year.
Well, I don't know. He's getting old. You know what I mean? Those old people, how they are. Freaking, he's getting.
It's not that.
I wouldn't know. I would not know.
He's getting old and senile. I don't know if he's gonna be willing to do that. Like, freaking, like today, he left a message. That'd be around what time in Korea? And I think.
Wait, you? Oh. I thought that was yours.
No,
actually, no, early.
That was Mark.
9 a.m. and I looked later, it was 10.
Is it 10? Yeah, so he's still late, so don't worry about it. Like, yeah, that would have been like an hour ago, so he should have been able to get on here if he's coming.
Yes, and absolutely.
See, and that's what I'm saying. He's like become this old freaking jellyfish pirate. That's you know.
He's never been on our roundtable.
No, he's never been on the roundtable. He's been on Old Men Talking, I think. Yeah, I think it was Old Men Talking. He was on there, and
I know we've had one stream, I think.
no, I think that might have been Tech Talk, wasn't it?
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay.
It could have been. It could have been Tech Talk. Cause he started.
Possibly.
He came on one or the other one. It was either no. Yeah, it was because he wasn't on Roger's
This was
Real
long
Time.
ago as well.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to check that out.
2 months?
No, no, he has not been on our show within the last few months. Definitely not. So I do know that much. That's what I'm blaming it on the senile old man syndrome. He's so just because but yeah, he left a message and he asked, and then he didn't go back on Minds to find out exactly what time it was. He just left a message and that was it. So, yeah. He said, Q, when exactly Korean time? Thanks.
Don't ask me about other time zones. That's why I always everything you to say.
I'll change that to frickin' 10 p.m. on the chat so that you said 10 p.m. his
10
time.
a.m.
Or 10 a.m.?
10 a.m.
Yeah, 10
Yeah, I
a.m.
think, wasn't it?
That way it looks good when he actually does
Hang
go
on,
to check.
I know. Let me,
So that it doesn't look like I freaking made a
what
mistake.
am I doing? I'm doing CDT to PS2. Okay.
That way he can hold himself responsible for not showing up instead of saying that I gave him the wrong time. Are you sure it's 10 a.m.?
I know, I'm just checking now.
Because
what time did we start? We started at midnight.
6 p.m. my time, 12 p.m. your time.
So
Right,
that's
12 p.m.
11 p.m. UTC.
So that is 11 p.m.
UTC.
Oh, okay.
Which would equate to.
I found out the last time I was on there, Tokyo time is 8.
That would equate 8 p.m. 8 a.m. East time.
This time 8
11
a.m.
p.m. UTC is 8 a.m. Yeah.
Okay. So I said 8 a.m. It'll look good whenever he actually does check. That way, frickin' he doesn't say, "Well, it's your fault." He's good at that. So we got that taken care of. Now, let me see what's going on. Okay, everything's good. Make sure that OBS didn't blink off. But yeah, that was one thing I did want to bring up too. So frickin' so that people who are watching knows, like, if we do the Operation Secret Santa Claus, I'm gonna use that music that was on there. It's from Old John Austin, or Ardex. He goes by Ardex on Minds. There's some from Within the Vacuum. There's also some music from Test Play. And then I've got another one that's I know I'm forgetting somebody else, but I've got at least 4 or 5 musicians that I know of that I have their music still, so I can use that when we do it.
As long as you've got permission to use it.
Yeah.
Use it, and fine.
Well, it's like I said last year when we did that stuff. Frickin' I don't want to do a direct stream with Jaffe because he has a tendency of putting stuff that's copyright infringement up there, you know, and when he's doing that. Yeah, that was a big deal last year. It was like everything he put on there kept getting knocked off through YouTube and shit.
Is that why he was? Yeah, he was flagged on Facebook.
Yeah, he's always getting flagged on Facebook. I think the only thing he's posting now is for D Live, so which is probably a good thing. Just I tried to talk to him that one time. I was like, look, man, you need to just stick to your own freaking social group and freaking network with them. And that means like if you freaking keep getting in trouble with Facebook, stop going to Facebook. Period. I mean, it's like if YouTube keeps freaking blocking you, stop going to YouTube.
But maybe he has a lot of fans. He has a lot of fans on Facebook. I think.
Yeah, what you can do is edit your YouTube content and then stick an advert either at the start or at the end. Advertising a full version.
Well, the thing of it is freaking you can post a link on Facebook. Okay, now the thing of it is you don't freaking have to freaking do a live stream on Facebook. Just freaking do your live stream on D Live or on Rumble or whichever one it is. Copy the link and post it on freaking Facebook. I do that with freaking mines all the time. I mean, if people.
Mine's fine, but if you're on Facebook or YouTube and you play copyrighted music,
they'll still they could still get you because of that.
It depends. Again, there's the fair use. Fair refuges. Also,
well, that's kind of
legislation.
That's kind of a joke though too. Like that they like to say they freaking observed fair use, but their fair use is a load of shit. Like they've even got rules on how you can use fair use.
Yeah. Use then is for education, entertainment, education, news, or research, and if not, then sort of no more than 3 minutes of content without any commentary in between.
Commentary is the big deal, and that you have to have commentary to go with it if you want it to keep going. But if you don't have any commentary, there's a certain amount of time periods. That's what they got.
Again, it depends if you could argue fall into the education realms of. I know people who have done that in the past with YouTube.
We'll see how cool.
This is news broadcast, this is education, and therefore is valid under Section 106 and 106A of the U.S. Copyright Act, 1976.
See how cool we are, dude? No, I mean seriously, see how cool we are. It's like
it's Mark.
No, I mean. Like we got freaking somebody on the stream breaking it down to you, saying stop being stupid, guys.
By memory, Section 106A.
He's
the
like
U.S. Constitution.
He's got the freaking bylaws and shit. All what I mean? It's like these are the bylaws. Let me explain them to you, please.
I only remember 106 and 106A and 107. Because it's actually in my, I've got a disclaimer section in my Mine's profile, in my Mine's channel profile, it mentions those.
Yeah, but it's still cool, and it's like you even have like an English accent when you say it, dude. Like that's just like, I should like cut that shit out and just make it like a one short stream of you freaking saying that stuff, because you're saying it. Yeah, well, maybe just a clip every once in a while.
Like in a dance mix soundtrack.
Yeah, that's what we can do. We could do that like with on my G-spot thing.
I
I can add you on my G-spot the G Spot mix that I got going on. Where have you heard that? I take and mix things together. I got Bob Dub on there, so
Yeah.
that should be pretty cool. I think that'll be cool. We'll have you come in and start saying bylaws and stuff and things of that
Okay.
nature. So that was actually pretty cool. So that's what I've got going on with the music thing, and I was really surprised too with that. I think that was a new added thing that we were able to get was like actual people doing music, you know. And I think that's one direction we need to keep going too, is try to get more people to come
Only,
on.
only problem with that particular thing is the sort of audio quality and video quality wasn't great. So yeah.
Well, for me, that's
so
actually something that
that's well,
that's actually something that's a challenge. You know what I mean? That's something I'd like to tackle. Like whenever I come on here, well, it goes back to what I was saying with Angel and them. You know, I don't get on here just to run my mouth. I get on here because I want to freaking learn. You know what I mean? Like, and like. That's a big deal. If you want to freaking get into audio and everything, you got to learn that shit. You can't just freaking, you know, get on here and run your chops and think freaking it's all hunky dory. You gotta learn the freaking how to do
things
this
like
stuff.
yeah, video quality, audio quality. It's not something that you learn. You need it later.
Yeah.
Progression. That's
I mean, I'd really like to tackle it and try to learn how to be better at it, because I know audio is a freaking pain in the ass in the first place. So instead of so instead of running from it, I'd like to freaking learn a little bit more and try to get better at it. So, I mean, and with that, I mean, I should be a little bit more cautious about how I do it, because like there's a few times where I've ruined freaking within the vacuums music. Like he had to send me copies of his shit. You know what I mean? So I will try to focus more on how to get that better. I actually asked him if he wanted to freaking do some sound checks with me after Mark was judges his sex. Said that freaking said his recommendations and everything. I figured I would check them out here before long and see if it works out really good with the latency and all that stuff. I just have to get the time to get somebody.
That can be variable, yeah.
But I don't think there is a solution. Being honest with that latency stuff, I don't think there is a solution. One big issue
various means of doing the certain that then can be technical and can be costly.
Well, one thing that's a downfall to it is these guys love to use their telephones.
Yeah.
You know.
Get them to at least get them to buy stands if they're using boom arms for microphones and stuff, and get them to get little phone accessories.
Yeah, but
just clips they can stick on.
What about the latency issue, though? See, that's the thing, though. Like, I mean,
again, there's very little way around that unless you actually start installing hardware. That's technical support for them, and that's not going to happen.
Yeah. See, that's what I was saying. Like, and a telephone on top of it ain't going to make it any better.
There's little things you can do just to improve stuff, such as having some sort of stand to stick your phone on.
Make it stationary.
So it's not shaking about. Yeah.
What do you think, Tan? Do you think there's any way of making it better?
There's always ways of making things better.
Making what better? I was
the latency for like when people are trying to do music and they want to jam out, but the latency messes them up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again,
I know.
we
Zoom
saw-
does it really well. I don't know if any. So they're using Jitsi, are they?
Well, we tried it with Gypsy. Yeah.
another being, yeah, just
You could try to
but no,
try. They could try the 30-minute free Zoom session and see how if that works better.
it's not really a platform issue. It's still on infrastructure. It's still on configuration.
No, I mean,
hardware.
it is. I was impressed, like, because I saw a band jamming on Zoom a couple of years ago when this COVID thing just started, and then they have to practice online, and I was so impressed how they how they're in such sync together.
Yeah.
And I was trying to wonder how the hell does Zoom do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but what sort of hardware, what sort of technical support have they got internally
No idea.
with themselves? So it's just a matter of implemented mechanisms to actually aid in that their side.
How do you think? Well, how would hardware solve it? This is it's a network latency.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, multicasting streams, multicasting internet providers or internet access.
Now, see, for me, using the OBS would be no problem for me when it comes to doing it, because all I'd have to do is adjust freaking not the latency. I would have to adjust freaking amount of what do they call it? I'm having a brain fart now. I'll pull up my settings real quick. For me, when it comes to recording, all I'd have to freaking do is give it a freaking slow it down. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure out the best word for it, but it's not an advanced. Well, what it does is it's like a replay buffer. You know what I mean? Where it's
Okay.
a buffer, and it for latency on YouTube especially, it does it too. So for me, I can get the video to where it comes in, but what happens for them though, here it is. It's you get a choice for normal latency, low latency, and ultra low latency, and that has to do with me as a streamer. But the issue with them is like they aren't streaming; they're trying to freaking make it to where they have their freaking actual sound come together at the right time, so that they can freaking play together. You know what I mean? And that they have the same latency, but they can't adjust it.
Okay.
So does that make sense? I hope that made sense, because I don't know if I can repeat it.
I think
That was pretty rough trying to. I even went searching around on my YouTube and shit to try to explain it as good as I could.
I mean, another way of doing this is, I don't know, setting up a direct connection between you and the other person, and put on means like a local.
You guys.
Or something. Or I can direct infrastructure, and then taking that to your streaming platform.
Yeah. What was you getting?
You guys move on from the latency stuff?
No, not yet. Why?
Okay. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Have they tried using Discord?
I've got Discord. I don't know if I've ever tried doing it on Discord yet.
Jamming using Discord. See if it works. I mean, they have. They're doing like game streaming with multiple people talking through Discord,
Yeah.
So maybe
Okay.
this could work.
Now, I do know that Discord is like far superior to freaking Skype. Like Skype
Yeah.
hasn't got anything on freaking Discord whatsoever.
It's a different demographic though. It's a different
Yep, Skype is for old people.
subset of industry. No, it's
Yeah.
not only that, but
Yeah,
you know,
Cappy.
Yeah, for those old wetback pirates.
um,
Don't get mad,
I
Mark.
don't know. It's a different marketplace.
Well, the thing about freaking Skype is like Skype has a lot of the platforms like Mark was talking about, right? It's been around. A lot of people are used to it and everything. The reason why nobody wants to get on Discord is because that's where all the kids go to freaking stream video games. You know, so they feel like
much like the tit arguments. Yeah.
they feel like they're freaking acting like kids when they go to freaking Discord to do something serious.
There's also something called Jamulus.
Jamulus. Oh my goodness.
Play music online with friends.
Oh wow. What is Jamulus? Jamulus lets you play, rehearse, or jam with your friends, your band, or anyone you find online. Play together remotely, in time, in high quality, low latency sound
Yeah.
on a normal broadband connection.
Worth a try.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Jamulus
So
World.
it's not it's just some sort of peer-to-peer thing.
Yeah.
Not sure. Not sure. I just found it. We'll see.
like that.
Leave it up on the FAQ.
It allows choirs to rehearse and rock bands to play.
Do I need a fast internet connection? No, especially if you don't run a server or host other musicians. Oh, it could be peer-to-peer, Mark. Yeah, good call. Most people on standard
No, what-
broadband have no problems.
So yeah, as soon as I saw the.
Do I need to run a server? Okay, here you go. Do I need to run a server? It says no. Or it could be the peer-to-peer is not really a server thing, I guess.
Yeah, that's a point to.
If you just intend to connect to other people's
it's
server,
fine.
then all you need is a client. Yeah, okay, so it could be peer-to-peer. How does it work? How does Jamulus work? Are you there? Are you on that page, the FAQ?
Yes,
I'm
I'm
ready.
there. I'm there.
I'm looking at the server administration.
Jamulus works on the client server principle. Everybody's audio is sent to a server, so it is not peer-to-peer. Mixed and processed there. Afterward, the audio is sent back to each client. If the server is registered in the Jamulus directory, the server's information will be provided to all clients using that directory.
But it'll all be synced up. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
All right.
that's what they're claiming.
Now, I
You can
mean,
get the guys to try it out. See
I mean,
how good it is.
is there a price on this, or can you play it for free?
I think it is free.
What's the license agreement?
Yeah, Mark, you go there.
Yeah,
I'm
good.
just gonna check
Go
the
Yeah,
price.
so I'm just looking.
I'm gonna bookmark it until Mark comes up with a solution to
Yeah.
make sure that freaking license agreement.
It's free and open source, so you know. Says
Yeah, but what like? Yeah.
Jamulus is free and
Also,
open
if
source,
you
licensed under GPL.
Also, if they're providing server access and they're providing their own server, there's another contract you've got to consider.
I mean, it's worth giving it a try with your guys, Roger. So check it out.
We can see what happens.
You might need some consideration.
They have it's available on Mac OS, Windows, Ubuntu, and other
That's the
platforms.
time.
Kinda
What about
cool.
phone systems?
Yes, the
iOS.
Windows,
Desktop, I think, yeah,
Mac
you need-
OS are clients only.
You need a decent microphone, I guess. I don't know if the phones can deal with it.
That's sounds like some progress right there.
Yeah.
I did bookmark it. I'll go freaking check it out here in a little bit. See what's going on. It can't hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yep.
Freaking.
I think if you require you to actually set up a server.
But you would have to have the server. Is that what you're saying?
I think for the best usage of it.
Well, if we can ever get your server up and running and working in good order, we could probably use that.
Installation getting started on Jamulus. Install on Windows, hardware setup. Go to the main window. Set up your inputs. I don't see anywhere about setting up server. It's just
there is a entire
inside the FAQ that we just read. Yes, think it.
Just full server administration.
Server manual. Do I need to run a server? No, you don't need to run a server. You can use the servers listed in the built-in directories. Use Jamulus without running.
Yeah.
So.
And then you have to. And then.
So you can use some public servers out there.
Yeah, my point is, if you're using somebody else's server, then there's the question of ownership of content that has to be considered, and privacy and all that other stuff.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
All right, man.
Because obviously, if you are uploading your music to some third party, you're going to find out later on they've already agreed to that they take the ownership of that.
Yeah. Well, and then in that case, we need to read the terms of service. Go ahead. Go read the terms of service. I'm gonna keep reading the installation guide. You go for your terms of service.
I think this is dependent on whose server you use.
Yeah. Just looking through the setup guide to see where they're configuring the server. Connecting to a server and testing your sound before you connect to a server. You should not be able to hear yourself. Blah blah blah. Okay. Oh, so there's a server listing list. There's a server list when you set up your connection, and then they have a screenshot that has servers in Frankfurt, Germany, Switzerland, Netherlands, mostly in Europe.
Oh.
Are they known as one organization?
There's Teletalia.com in the United States.
Is this one of those things that was almost free for all?
Oh my goodness.
All right, fine. We can host our own server on your VPS.
I think that would be the best thing to do, because if we don't, Mark is going to have a connection. He's going to flip out. He's going to be like...
Actually, I'm thinking about purchasing myself a new workstation soon. And what I may want to do is convert this workstation into a server or a KVM, a QEMU KVM virtual machine server. Thinking about actually it would be more cost effective for me to host some certain things myself.
That'd be a good idea.
This thing doesn't need much juice to run a server. I'm looking at the server guide here.
I noticed, yeah. It's only...
This needs 1 gig of RAM, 1.6 gigahertz of CPU.
One core, yeah. It's not that massive.
I think it
see
would
what the
be.
storage would be.
I think it would be a good thing because that's really one of the big deals that freaking people on the actual people who get on mines are freaking talking about. They're wanting to share their music
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
musician jams. Yeah,
Yeah, you know, and I mean,
yeah.
like they're actually wanting to freaking have time where they can freaking get on and just jam out and have a good time with one another. You know, and that's the one thing I did notice. They're coming out of the
Mm-hmm.
woodworks too. Like within the vacuum, freaking, I could ask him if he wants to just come in and hang out and jam out at any time of the day, and he'd be like, "Heck yeah, dude!" You know,
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't even freaking. I mean, if he had something to do, don't get me wrong, he's not going to say that. But if he's free, he'll be like, "Hell yeah!" You know, because that's what he wants to do. He just wants to hang out and play music.
You can run as anonymous or unregistered server mode, which means that you just tell your peers your server IP address and they just connect directly to it, I guess.
That's
Or
cool.
you can register and it'll show up public
I would have
server
to,
directory.
well, that raises security issues for conducting
Do you think they're running off Jitsi?
research in the home.
No,
I think they're running off Jitsi.
it's open source, and I don't think. I
Ah,
don't
not
know.
license agreement.
If Jitsi has issue, these guys would have issues. But if these guys are doing okay, then they're better than Jitsi.
Yeah.
Mm,
Well, I mean, everybody's
it's
been
open
talking about using
source.
Jitsi as a server too. So
Yeah, I should point out to Mr. Robot the other day, I tried Jitsi Meet as a server instance back along when I still was using my previous CDSO provider. I found out that it's because it's based on Java, it needs a Java runtime environment to run in. So Oracle, some JRE or OpenJRK, whatever, and therefore it makes it's extremely RAM intensive.
yeah,
Unlike Nextcloud, which is extremely light processors.
that's why he was going in there and
So yeah.
coding and going crazy, wasn't it? Because you and him were arguing over that. I'd almost bet that's what it was about. Wasn't it?
I don't like Jitsi because it is based the server framework is based on Java.
I'm gonna go back over chat
Exactly.
and find that out because I'd almost bet that's the whole reason why he was on there for all that time coding and shit is because he wanted to prove you wrong. That was when I got into that conversation with you guys about freaking Java, wasn't it? Or not Java, about freaking freaking Adobe. Yeah, that was way a long time ago. That was like 4 or 5 days ago. So I'm not gonna try to hunt down all that stuff. I'd almost bet that's why he freaking was doing that shit. He was wanting to freaking prove you wrong. He went on there and started coding and shit. He turned around and told me previously that he was gonna drop freaking his Jitsi network because he didn't want to pay $6 a month for it if it wasn't gonna get used. And then all of a sudden,
Yeah, his service way it was being provided was very low level and reasonable. Would I say that's reasonable for its price?
I would
It
pay
was something like
$6 for
$6 for
for just a cheap static.
No, I would say that's slightly expensive for what it was getting. Actually,
I don't know.
thinking about it.
Well, we were.
Maybe.
But yeah, I
Maybe.
guess you're right because the $6 was actually. That would be something you could apply towards like a freaking HTML rather than a freaking server. I don't know. That's just my opinion, I guess. Would go to like GoDaddy. Go to GoDaddy and get you a good one for like $6. Get you one of those.
GoDaddy doesn't do TPS hosting, don't they?
No.
And they only do regular web hosting.
Yeah. Freaking give up that freaking, open source bullshit. Start figuring out what reality's all about, you know what I mean? Open sourcers are worse than freaking conspiracy theorists.
And it depends what you mean by open source, because they are both technically open source.
Yeah.
But they, because of the nature of them, they've got permissive licenses rather than copyleft licenses.
That's what they are. Those open source browsers like Google, Chrome, Chromium, I guess is...
Just because something's open source doesn't mean that the code's available, doesn't mean that it's free for use.
Alright. It's just...
Open source, the term open source is so broad that, you need to go into further details.
It just means that what you can do is go in there and change it, and if freaking that open source likes it, they can steal your shit.
No. If you use depends on the license agreement. If you use a DSV clause for the license agreement or party clause for license agreement, then people can stick in proprietary code and not re-release the code. But if you're using, let's say, a general GPL license, then you cannot stick proprietary code in there, and you have a responsibility to re-release any changes yourself, or republish the changes yourself.
So, does a buyer beware notification come with open source?
Again, open source has been the term open source has been abused by our friends, the marketers.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah.
We actually were talking about that on Naroki's show last night about Adobe. You heard they got in a shitload of trouble, right? A lot of their investors are leaving them.
I posted last week in relation to the ownership thing. They changing the terms of service agreement, and they didn't provide any opt-out. So it's actually illegal under UK and EU and most of EEA countries' legislation. But yeah. In effect, what happened is that they I wrote an entire argument about this in journalist actually. The client's or the user's information, so the user's content. So let's say I've created a drawing of a lighter, as an example, because I'm in the middle of marketing a new lighter. The terms of services says that Adobe can view and use view the user's content.
Well, I mean,
and in some cases, the user's content might be subject to non-disclosure agreements, or maybe, yeah.
They're tricky about how they do it too. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not like they're really tricky about their shit. Okay, like freaking they'll set up all these freaking programs that are supposed to be open source. Allows you to go in and freaking do your open source work on it. And freaking all the time they're sitting there watching you, and they're freaking taking notes on the shit that you're doing so that they can freaking go back to freaking Adobe and create the same damn thing you're doing on this other one, and then put a freaking copyright on it. Take ownership of it.
Again, if they are replicating code, depending on the license that code has been provided under, they may be able to do that, or they may not be able to do that. If it's a totally new project, but it mirrors the same functionality as another product, then definitely, and if and it's been created under proprietary license, well, it's you can't say Microsoft owns the rights to, I don't know, word processors or word processing applications just because they've created Microsoft Word. Can see.
Oh, the program.
Google owns all browsers because they re-engineered Chromium and developed Chrome.
Oh, what about Yahoo? Yahoo was around before Google was. If anybody gets to take credit for it, it should be Yahoo.
No, Yahoo was never a browser.
Search
never
engine.
to create their browser themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, browsers into them. But that same concept. Just because Google is the biggest search engine player around doesn't mean that they own all search engines.
Right.
And they and you cannot create a search engine because they own the concept.
See, that's why freaking English people suck, dude.
Right.
Was it Lycos or Excite? One of the earlier.
Excite.
Yeah.
Some of them from the UK.
Okay. No, Yahoo is a US company. Alta Vista, I think was.
Alta Vista as well, yeah.
Was it?
Was a Scandinavian company, if I remember right.
Alta Vista, is that what you just said?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Alta Vista.
I actually remember that.
Yeah. They're all at the same time. Lycos.
Yeah. At one point, it was the most used search engine.
That reminds me. Yeah. Now, I went back over the Tech Talk, and I realized you had just came in right at the time when Mark and everybody was done talking about freaking the chat thing. Do you...
Yeah, I reviewed the videos.
Is there some stuff that you wanted to bring up that freaking we missed? Because if you don't, or if you do, man, I didn't know for sure if you had something of interest that you wanted to talk about, or
no,
if you
just want to gauge general opinion on what the new chat, among us. Even Mark is not using it very much.
I don't really see any.
I did actually reply to a comment in the new chat
more than a month
yesterday.
Yeah, I did too.
And also in the official help and support groups chat session yesterday.
I made a comment somewhere. I'll be honest, I haven't really done anything with it. I mean, I did I told Mark this the other day, but I did like the way the preview was on the video. It was still kind of choppy looking, but
I made that you mean talking about the preview that I posted on the Minds chat group chat, right?
Right.
I made it using some public website. Since you can't post pictures now, I
liked how that did it. Now, can you do that kind of stuff on the freaking chat we do have, like this?
Yeah. This is just a website link. Just a link to an animated GIF file, basically.
Oh, well, yeah, you're right. We can do GIFs and stuff on freaking. Yeah. Okay. I forgot all about that. So I did like that it could do that. I didn't know.
No, that has nothing to do with the chat, the new Minds chat platform. It's just able to display animated GIF.
Preview. I remember there was a lot of discussion about the
It,
framework
it
that they were
Yep,
using.
the workaround. So yeah, it fooled you in thinking that was a Minds chat feature.
I thought it was kind of
It's a work,
cool. Now
it's a workaround
I'm back to I
for
don't
not
really
having.
know. I
It was
don't
a
know.
workaround for not being able to post images on the new chat.
I mean, from what I've seen, like,
Mm,
how long has it been now that they started that conversation about?
Yeah,
Like, we've
yeah.
been, they really haven't done nothing. I mean, they said, well, there's going to be
I, I,
improvements, but
I did provide a reference to a Git lab search query
It,
I
I
just,
think
it,
last Tuesday's
they have been
talk.
making some improvements to
And they
it
have been doing stuff
slowly.
that again, as I said, straight after, as soon as they released it to public production, it was released far too early, and it's going to take time for them to catch up. Yeah, Bill Austin has made the same mistake as he's done plenty of times before. He's decided to run before he's the ball.
mhm.
Yeah, in terms of early adoption, so the whole point of this early
Yeah.
release
It
to
was
get early adoption, right?
He's done this
Even
quite a
no,
few
even,
times
no. I'm gonna let
in
me
the
finish.
past.
Even in terms of early adoption, I haven't seen much interest in it compared to the Matrix chat when it was first released. There was so much, so many people uh, jumping onto it when
Mm,
Matrix, when the Matrix chat thing was rolled out. But with the new chat, I'm just seeing like little trickles here and there of people.
Well, you know why, don't you? It comes back to
Mind
what I
you,
keep telling you
some
guys.
of us are still using
Yeah,
the old Minds chats at the moment. So
No, no, it
I
comes
don't
back
know.
to what I've been telling you all
Yes.
along. The platform sucks. That's the reason why people aren't reacting to it. It's because people are
Sucks.
used.
Define sucks.
Su- See,
Tech,
that right there is going to be a
Define
video
that
clip,
word.
too.
define technical
See,
definition
that's going to be a
of
video
tech.
clip, too. I'm going to clip that off. It's going to be right there. Define it
That'll be
sucks.
it'll be a good soundbite.
Do I really have to freaking define sucks? I mean, seriously?
Yeah, you made the comment,
Define
so
Okay.
different levels of suckiness.
Okay, now when I go on freaking Minds, I don't expect much from them because I already understand that their shit is freaking faulty. Okay, I tried to reach out to them and talk to them about their analytics, and you know what they did? They didn't do shit. Okay, the freaking analytics freaking still sucks. It sucks horribly. Freaking they the freaking organic reach that they show in their freaking analytics is a joke. All right, freaking I want to know freaking what videos and what content I'm posting today is making it when it comes to organic reach. I don't want to know the freaking top freaking 10. Okay, if I posted it today at freaking 5 o'clock, I want to know how much reach I freaking got from 5 o'clock to freaking
you've got
12
a
o'clock.
sort of you've got the amount of views, which is displayed on the post itself.
Not for today's post. Not. I mean, they're still showing
Yeah.
shit in there from freaking a month ago and shit, dude. Like, let me go in there and look at it. Cause I wanna.
If you go to each individual post,
They
that you
don't
post,
give me the
look at an
opportunity.
individual post.
They don't give that option.
As an example, the post I published on June the 9th, I can see I've got 68 views.
Now, trending. You go here. You go into trending. Okay. Now
Now
this
I'm
is
clicking go to your channel.
now in
Go to your
trending is
channel,
where you
and
get
now
total
look at the
views.
post itself.
Organic views
Yeah,
is I want to know what my organic views is. I don't want to know what my total views is. I want to know why it's organic, what it is without paying for it, without boosting it, without anything. Okay, and this right here was freaking published February the 9th, 2017, dude. I don't want to see freaking a post from 2017.
Yeah, but they're still getting traction. They're still getting engagement, right?
Okay, I mean, okay, yeah, it's got 139 views, but it's from freaking February of 2017, dude. What the fuck's that gonna...
Irrelevant.
What's
I've
that?
got 3 blog articles pinned on the top of my channel about the pin issue from yesterday has been resolved. So, but yeah, I've got 3 blog articles that are pinned to my channel, and they are dated back 2018, 2019.
No.
And I still want to see what traction they're still getting.
Now, the thing too about this is on this freaking trending thing, they don't bring in actual videos or nothing. They go according to what's written in the freaking comment section. So freaking, I've got freaking these news feeds that I freaking posted. I've got YouTube that I posted, but I don't know exactly what they are. So freaking, all it says is it's rumble.com/V4ZK blah blah, you know, murder time fun time. So I have to read it and it'll say that, but there's some of them up here that don't even have the name on it. It's just the freaking video number.
That's up to you again. Descriptions, titles.
Well, I mean, when I come in and I look at an interface, dude, I should freaking be able to see it. I shouldn't have freaking make a description of freaking. That's laziness, dude.
As a viewer, I want to be be able to have at least a synopsis of the content that you're going to show me.
I want to see the thumbnail, dude. At least give me a thumbnail.
Okay.
You know, I mean, shit, dude. It's not like I'm asking for much. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how hard is it to freaking make it to where people can see a thumbnail, or at least when they put a video up or a freaking blog? You know. Since I'm trying to appeal to you, I should say the word blog so that you could better understand where I'm coming from, because you're the blog guy. Wouldn't you like to see your freaking...
A blog is a collection of articles.
Wouldn't it be nice to see your blog?
When people say, oh, go to my blog and view this blog. No, you are viewing a blog article. The blog is a...
Would you or would you not? Would you or would you not like to see...
for $1 million.
Would you or would you not like to see freaking a freaking thumbnail of your beautiful blog freaking thumbnail that you put on there in trending when you go in there to look?
Actually, no, because my thumbnails I tend to reuse.
You're the one that's responsible for this, aren't you? Like I get this sneaky suspicion.
Yeah, but when if you ever noticed my blog articles, I will use the same. I love 3 or 4 different banners, depending on the subject matter. I know you, and depending on the subject matter, we use the previous one. So everything that's related to open source has a single banner. Everything that is related to the Minds community open source industry will have another banner.
Okay, so do you want me to move on to the next level of suckiness?
Go on.
Okay, so here in earnings, I believe it is.
Yeah, which is a misuse of that word, in my opinion. But yeah.
Well, actually, they changed all this shit around. Yeah, they did. Like, they finally got rid of the bullshit concerning the wow, they did total earnings. They completely got rid of everything that concerns the
Token.
token. Like the
No, I'm
online, the
sure
on chain, the on chain, the on. They used to have an option in there where you could
Okay.
actually
Oh yeah,
freaking
yeah.
look at the freaking on chain. Uh, I guess the prices for freaking the mines token. Well, that's good.
Again, yeah, so keep on saying that until they change the terms of services, mine is still, the staff, the senior staff are still violating their own terms of services by allowing for that.
Well, I mean,
Well,
if
why is
And the
mine
senior staff are well aware of this, right?
why is the mine token listed on Coin Market Watch then if it's not a
because they're
It shouldn't be.
purposely
It
doing it.
shouldn't be.
shouldn't
Yeah,
be?
yeah. I've certainly multiple GitLab tickets about this. I've had plenty of discussions in rooms like Canaries, Generals, and various other Minds Token rooms about this. The staff are well aware of this, but they are still I'm making a formal allegation that they are disregarding their own terms of service agreement. And my view is either the entire terms of service agreement is appropriate, or none of the terms of service is appropriate. You can't have it halfway.
Okay.
Well, I mean, just it could be a self-imposed mines terms of service that doesn't, from the legal point of view, mines token is based on Ethereum.
No, mine. As I point out to you, section something like section 17.5 point. I don't remember if it's NW or but the mines token is a utility token, and it's not a financial asset.
That's what
Therefore,
mines terms of service say. But from a digital currency's point of view, isn't a mine?
It's a financial asset. It's a financial asset then.
Yeah.
There's all these. If you have a look, they always reported things like this is the US dollar cost.
See, this is good shit, dude.
That is
I love
connected
getting Mark
to.
mad.
Yeah.
I love getting Mark mad. Fucking, he is just.
Yeah.
He is a fucking wild man, dude. I love you, dude.
The senior staff are well aware that they are using their own policies.
He is on fire. Okay, you ready for the next part of frickin' suckiness? Okay, so now we dive into the real problem. Now, on my settings, what I like is I like to frickin' come in here to frickin' my account, alright, where it says others. There is a place on here where it says that I can migrate my content. That means I can come in here and I can migrate frickin' with YouTube and have my shit.
Yeah.
My shit.
YouTube sync.
Have my shit sync up to frickin' mines. Well, see, you know, I've mentioned this even in the help and support at least 3 or 4 times. I've frickin' mentioned it to you. I've mentioned it frickin' Bashy, every single one of them, and not one of them to this day for the last frickin' almost a year has frickin' helped me clear up this shit and get my YouTube synced up to frickin' mines. As a matter of fact, as a matter of fact,
Wait, so you mean you've never been able to sync up your YouTube channel?
I did it one time, okay, but I wanted to change it from one YouTube frickin' channel to another one. Okay. So what happened was I went in here and I disconnected the freaking old one and I wanted to sync it up to my freaking video games because I do my video games too, and I wanted, since I was doing all this shit with the streams and they were already going on to the mines, then freaking I could have my games just automatically sync up from YouTube.
Can you share your screen and show?
I know.
What settings are you looking?
But that's only the video. That's the video, isn't it?
Right.
It's not the inclusion of title. It's the inclusion of title
And
descriptions.
and there's a freaking option to also do Twitter as well, which that is supposed to. Which
I could. Right.
I'm not sure. I think they're just
You said it's work for you. It's just the problem of switching to a different YouTube channel that you can't do. Is it not
No, I
allowing you to
mean,
do it?
no. What it is I took the first one off and it went off fine. But when I went to go put my other channel on there, it freaking took it in, but it never started sharing it. Like my videos aren't being shared on freaking my profile like they're supposed to be. It says that freaking it's all connected and everything's good, but they're not. They're just not sharing.
It might be a bug.
But I would say as far as YouTube's concerned, I would take that as a benefit because again, you can customize your posts. If you manually do it, you've got more opportunity to customize your posts.
Automatically post.
Rather than just slapping a video up there and not providing any further information.
Well, dude, I mean, let me explain this to you. I thought I just said this really thoroughly. Okay, let's say it again.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Okay, I am posting my streams and shit on here as it is, and I have immensely large amounts of video game videos, okay? There is no way I can do these streams and take time to freaking share those videos on here. I would freaking go crazy.
Also, would you want to assign all of those videos to one channel?
Yes, I would. Because these bastards need to freaking pay.
Even though it would just be a mixed match. Even though it would be a mixed match of content.
People love video games on mines. Don't let these idiots freaking like Bill Altman and them freaking fool you, dude.
Yeah, but
they love
your video games will be mixed up with your political stuff.
I've lost a really good
stuff.
I've lost a really good fan base on freaking mines because of this shit. Okay, like Retro Cheating is probably one of the coolest dudes on mines. Okay. And if you ever freaking get
on there,
yeah, and if you ever get on here and you regularly post freaking video games on here, he will freaking support you and freaking like your shit and share your shit on a regular basis. All you got to do is use the hashtag. He's there for you. I can't get nothing from him no more because I don't post video games like I used to. You know.
Yeah, I'm just I'm just looking at from again an organisational thing. If you are going to have continuous videos on multiple different subjects,
I
then
stopped
either
doing
that. Additional groups or additional channels.
That comes back. That comes back to what I was talking about with the freaking mind sucking thing. Okay, this is another level of suck. All the years that they've been out, freaking everybody wants me to freaking go in and organize and shit. You know, they need to freaking come up with playlists. Okay, these freaking bullshit excuses for why they don't have playlists is just completely ridiculous. They've been out freaking since 5 years after Facebook started, dude. I mean, do the math. Facebook started.
In theory, you could use the hashtags as a form of playlist. So you could tag all of one content with a single description hashtag, and then tag all the other content with another hashtag, and then.
Mine's a social media platform. It's not a video platform. You see playlists on Facebook?
Careful. Social media means a lot of things to a lot of different people. YouTube is a social media. Reddit.
YouTube is a video platform, right? You cannot post on YouTube a post that has no video. It's a video platform.
Yeah, but it's still a social media platform.
It is, but
people are still communicating back to you. There's social media.
No, but when I mean, but you don't you know what the difference between YouTube and Facebook is? Like YouTube is like a Rumble. It's a video platform.
It's a
video.
well,
Yeah.
it's a social. It's a social media platform. Now you're thinking with Facebook,
media,
with Facebook in mind, they are a social network.
Yeah. I guess you can make that distinction. Yeah.
They're a social network.
Wait. So when I mean it's a multimedia platform. It's a the social network is the multimedia platform.
Yeah.
Multimedia content management system.
Yeah. As opposed to just a video media.
Content management
See, that's what I'm trying to say, dude. Like when you get Mark fired up, fucking shit just is so fucking cool, dude. I love this stuff.
Again, it's all this marketing related generalization that I keep on hearing. This is a social media thing because it's a video platform. It's a social media platform. Obviously, I think I heard it earlier. Open source as such depends on the license agreement. People knowing all these.
Okay, so back to
generalizations.
Back to Mark's point about playlists, right? So maybe there's the reason that mine is not doing the playlist thing is the same reason why Facebook doesn't have playlist.
Facebook has playlists. Facebook has had playlists on groups and freaking pages for the longest time. I used to use freaking my playlists on freaking my page.
I have Facebook. I've never seen like a playlist feature.
Freaking Skype.
What do you mean?
But again, you could replicate.
No, I mean literally on Facebook.
That's all. You could even assign content to groups.
Go in and create your own
specific groups for.
Okay, so I'm on video
on
tab.
Facebook.
I got your videos.
On Facebook. Are you on Facebook?
Yeah.
Go in and create your own freaking page. Not.
You mean like a fan page?
Just a page. Period. Create your own page.
Fan page. Like the normal Facebook page is the user profile, the profile page.
It's fine.
Are you
just
talking
as long
about
as it's a
profile
page.
page?
If it's a page or if it's a group, it don't matter. Well, the page is the one that's really the big one. It's been a while because I know they did changes, but the pages are the ones that have the freaking playlist.
Yeah, right. So they have the fan page or like company pages.
I would just stick with the fan page.
Channels
yeah. So here's my Facebook video page.
Mm-hmm.
But this is like a fan page. This is not what normal Facebook users do. This is like a fan page of some corporate organization or a public personality, right?
See, I walked away from Facebook, so like that's all Greek to me now.
Okay, so yes, with a fan page you can create a playlist. Yeah, but not with the profile page. All right, okay.
I mean,
that's interesting.
Groups serve the same can serve the same purpose.
I mean, Facebook has a lot in a lot of ways.
Groups serves the same purpose. Yeah. That's right.
It can serve the same purpose.
Yeah. And also, you can use groups for that purpose. Yeah. Why not?
Do they? It's been a while. I'm not sure.
To do that.
I'm not sure if groups has playlists.
No.
But
using group, you can create different groups for one playlist would be a group.
And look at my shit, dude.
I see you doing I see you're doing TikTok. A
Yeah.
lot of the TikTok videos have gone into the tech.
You're gonna walk down that rabbit hole that you've been asking me about why I have all these freaking pages and all these freaking channels and all these you're talking yourself into the same shit that I did. And
Right. No. But on YouTube, they have playlists, and still you have different channels.
right. See,
that's
where.
Then hold back the group.
I'm not saying it's good, guys. I'm not saying it's good. I'm saying that is where I am now. Okay, I started somewhere.
Right. That was before you knew YouTube had playlists.
No, it was where freaking I ended up freaking getting more and more and more sucked into the freaking game. Of course, you're going to get a page, and this page is just going to give you all these playlists. But hey, hold up, that's not the same subject, so I'm gonna have to start another page. And then next thing you know, you got 2 pages with 2 freaking, you know.
No. You talk YouTube page?
YouTube pages. I've got different YouTube channels. I've got
channels.
You know, I got
YouTube
different YouTube channels. I've got I had.
You can have one. Yeah, you can have one account having multiple channels.
I had.
And within one channel, you can have playlists.
I can have multiple playlists in my
YouTube
YouTube
you have
channel.
multiple playlists. Yeah.
And the thing is I of course I had my YouTube set up afterwards. You know, that was afterwards. But where it started was I had my Facebook shit, and we were all done that way first. And then next thing you know, I had to freaking have my YouTube channel. Well, I couldn't just have one YouTube channel because I had 5 different groups with 5 different topics. So that's where all of it gets crazy. And next thing you know, you got all these different channels running different freaking content. And
But you could have just used one channel with different playlists. You know?
This is
right.
Again, this is really down to your own managerial, your own organisational style.
Well, you can't put serious shit like our Tech Talk. I'm not gonna put it on a freaking channel with paranormal stuff, dude. I'm sorry, but that's just not.
Precisely. Yeah, precisely. That's what I mean. It's
no, but if you have playlists,
how you approach
you
it.
have
It's down to your own organisational method.
You know, everybody be freaking asking, well, dude, why the hell are you talking about ghosts and UFOs and then talking about technology?
Well, that's what. You are doing a little bit of that right now. Sometimes you put the Minds Roundtable on the Roger Hansen live streams. Other time you put it on like Infamous. No,
I don't. This goes straight on. The only thing I've been sharing freaking this one to is the group on freaking Minds. It's on my main channel on YouTube. And,
no, but I guess I'm not talking about YouTube. I'm talking about on Rumble.
No, Rumble. Rumble.
Your YouTube channels. You've only got 2 major channels, haven't you? You've got Working for the one visual, and you've got that Victorian.
I've got all that. I finally did get that all straightened out on Rumble too. By the way, I know what you're talking about, Mark.
And there's quite a bit of mixed match in those channels.
Well, that was because, like, freaking, when I first started that Rumble account, I set it up as Infamous OG1973. And then I created the channel for Roger Hansen. And, well, what Tan's talking about is half the time it would be on freaking the Infamous channel, and the other half I finally was able to go through and sort that all out to where when we do the streams, it'll go straight to freaking Roger Hansen. So that is straight now. It took me until actually this week to get all that straight. If you notice, we got different channels now for the different ones we do on Rumble. Like Tech Talk has its own channel.
Yeah, and this is where I would like you to be able to replicate that idea through the other platforms.
Oh, I can. I can do that, but not on Minds. Because
I know it's going to be time consuming to set up and
I can do that on
manage.
I can do that on the Minds groups, like do the separate groups for the separate things like we've been doing. But like I can't get it all broken down because it goes back to what I was saying. Mine sucks.
Okay, you want to go to a next level of suckiness?
Not really.
Well,
You still not really provide a good definition for that. So,
no, I've actually provided some really good definitions. Now this stuff that I've mentioned is like real life issues that are going on mines, and they continue to freaking screw up, and they never freaking make it better. Okay, every time they and this is the bad part. I turn around and I send in a freaking a ticket. Like you guys always suggest, send in a ticket, right? So I send in a ticket.
In GitLab or on the help page?
Do it on the help page, okay? Say I send it on the help page, and then I do it through freaking the message thing, like they suggest. Mark always suggests doing. I do that, okay? They go in there and they freaking try to fix something, and guess what happens? All of a sudden, something else fucks up. So it goes from one thing being necessary. You're the one that had to bail me out the last time whenever it came to I was on freaking Linux, and I was having problems with freaking my browser, and finally you and Tan had to go in and help me freaking look at it.
That was
but that wasn't a mine issue. That was a local infrastructure. That was your issue.
No, it was because freaking mines didn't freaking understand that I had freaking Chromium 64 instead of Chromium 32. See?
No. That was a localized infrastructure issue. That issue was technically down to you.
No. Mines couldn't distinguish between. Mines could not distinguish between what Chrome 32 was and Chrome 36 was. My Chrome or Chrome 64. I know.
Mark doesn't know how to respond to that.
He stopped. Then I actually realized what I just said. Mines could not distinguish between Chrome 32 and Chrome 64.
Why would they need to?
Because freaking, that's what 32 is what most of the freaking websites go off of when it comes to Chromium on Linux.
No. The client system architecture has no relevance with what is being displayed.
Do you realize how long? Do you realize how long it's Chrome 64 has even been available on Linux?
So irrelevant. An HTML
yes, it
page
is. It's relevant.
It's an HTML page. A PHP page is a PHP page. Is a PHP page. As long as the browser's fairly up to date, it's HTML5 compliant, that it should be able to view anything, irrelevant of what architecture the client is using. The client could be using ARM, it could be using x86-32, so IA-33, or it could be using x86-64.
Well, whenever
fridge with a Java.
Whenever we resolved that issue, I wasn't streaming at the time, so I really wish I was, so that I could freaking show you that this was solved because me, you, and Tan went through it and freaking solved it together. This was back when I was still on Linux.
Yes, it was related. It was related to localized caching, if I remember rightly.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, it was internally within your infrastructure. It had nothing to do with mines itself.
Yeah. See what?
In this case, it was something down. It was something down to how your browser was reacting.
Good suckiness that keeps Mark continuously fired up. What's your next level of suckiness?
That right there is about as sucky as it can get, because like freaking that right there is, and see, people like Mark freaking keep continuously saying that there's no problem with that, but then when you go in and you try to upload a video,
I did not say there was no problem with it. What I said is that the issue was related to the client's infrastructure.
Calm down, Tiger.
The client's configuration, not the not anywhere in relation to the provisions as provided by Mines.
No, it hasn't been a while, or it's been a while since I've had this issue, but the reason for it is because I haven't been uploading shit on frickin' Mines anymore. But one issue that I did have on computers that frickin' are smaller than this one is the fact that when you go in to upload frickin' these videos, if they're frickin' above 1920 by 1280 by 720, frickin' it causes the frickin' videos to frickin' slow down on upload really bad.
1280 by
Again,
720 is
that's
just
local infrastructure.
720p.
Wait, 720 by
Again,
1280
that's the local
resolution.
infrastructure that issue does.
No, I mean,
That is related to the client.
No, Mark. This one is about the video infrastructure.
this is about the video when you upload it, okay? Now,
Oh.
back whenever I was
Sorry,
having
then.
this issue, what I would have to do is I would have to open up frickin' more than one tab, so that frickin' I could have 2, sometimes 3 of them running at the same time, so that they would kind of like
You're
ma-
talking about the
they could
browser
they, they
feed,
could
aren't you?
they could make it to where the videos would
You're
actually upload.
You are technically talking about the browser feed frozen. Therefore, the browser is eating a lot of CPU resources. Therefore, it's a local infrastructure issue.
Oh,
It's a
okay,
client
so-
Wait. What is the issue when you're uploading a 28
The browser
1080p
When-
video? What
yeah,
happens?
when you open up
no,
a
no, irrelevant of that.
when you
It's
try
just
to open up
uploading content.
when you're trying, okay, let me say this so we can get this straight. When you're trying to upload a video to Mines in no other place, just to Mines, all right, and frickin' it's at anything above 1280 by frickin' 720 in resolution, it will frickin' just barely
Wait,
frickin' move.
I do
Sometimes
that all the time. All of my videos are in 1920 by
Yeah.
1080.
yeah.
Again, it's related to CPU usage.
It freezes up
browser
your
interruptions
computer?
and
No,
those
it
things.
literally
So
freezes the
for-
video to where it doesn't even want to upload no more. It will stop in the middle of it, and it won't do anything. If what
Okay, so,
what they have to
that's
do
the
is
local infrastructure issue.
they have to open a tab up to frickin' do it again.
Have you reviewed those?
Well, I mean,
CPU
you say it's an
usage and
infrastructure
that's,
issue, but I have no problems with doing that shit on frickin'
On
Odyssey.
YouTube.
I don't have any problem with
I-
YouTube. I don't have any problem with it on frickin'. I was even uploading on BitChute at the time, dude, and they outdid you guys. I mean, frickin' Mines really sucks if frickin' BitChute is better at uploading videos than what they are. That is a horrible. That is a whole.
Framework is quite a hefty framework, so there's means and ways of them optimizing that code, so that becomes less of a
I mean,
problem.
it's just a file upload at that point, right? Or are you
Yeah,
talking
it's
about
just a file upload. That's it.
is it or is it it's previewing as it is uploading?
No, I've never gotten a video that actually previewed whenever it was uploading.
Okay.
That shit just
So
doesn't.
it's
I
just
was
uploading it.
thinking
Yeah, that shit just doesn't happen. Like Mines will never freaking come to that standard of excellence.
Again, I've got a GitLab ticker that's been open for years now. That's related to low client hardware, so low CPU hardware.
All of the
low
videos.
CPU. That's Firefox reacting extremely ramping up the CPU usage to such an extent that it causes a mistake. when you're uploading, I think it was images or something. Remember right way? No, it was. Sorry, it was scanning books in newsfeeds. Once you start scanning further and further down in the channel or another newsfeed, there's a issue of the browser slowing down, and in effect, in some cases, freezing.
Yeah.
Because
all of my videos are in 1280 by 720. Never had problems uploading.
No, 1280 by
it's not even that,
720 is
it's all the
fine.
text.
And see, the thing of it is these platforms, a lot of them that are alt tech are generally they're programmed at 1280 by 720, and they recommend that you do it at that.
It's got nothing.
Okay,
It's got nothing to do with resolution. It's the way that.
Well, I mean, it does.
The,
It does sort of, because with a higher resolution, you have a larger file.
It's really, as far as I can say, it's really related to
Format.
how the data is being displayed. So how it's picking up on the database and then transferring it to the browser window.
How big are the files, Mark?
Amount of data,
Sorry, Roger.
The amount of data.
What did you say?
How big are the files that you were uploading that froze?
Well,
not relevant, because remember, once uploaded, they get transcoded and then they
No, because on your non-plus account, you're restricted to a certain number of minutes that you can upload.
And let me also point that out.
That's actually not true. I created a group recently called Midway's Movies Lesson. I've uploaded a number of videos, all copyright-free videos, up to that group, and some of them are over 120, 140, 160
minute?
minutes.
Really?
You know, movies sort of standard size as that. I don't know if that's 2 or 4.
Interesting. So it's not so mine is not enforcing the limit that it's setting.
It looks like that. It looks like that.
Well,
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like that.
you know, with a lot of the stuff that you guys are talking about, though, freaking, it has absolutely nothing to do with what I was discussing. Like, the format of the video is probably what Mark's talking about is what it is. Like, it's probably the fact that 1280 by 720, they can format it better when they process it onto the freaking platform. That's what I'm guessing.
But they're not transcoding your file until it's completely uploaded.
Yeah, true. That is true. So they have to freaking upload it first before they can actually freaking do all that
But
shit.
you were saying it freezes in the
Yeah, it
middle of-
freezes. It freezes right there in the process.
So that interaction is related to a lack of optimization there, right? And also,
if you have one now, you want to give it a try? We can have a look at the browser console and see if.
Are you still getting this? Is this still happening now?
Yeah.
Is your current machine?
No, I haven't had that problem since I upgraded. That's what I was saying on the smaller computers. On the smaller computers, that's one big issue that I do know that is an issue. It used to be, and
so on a smaller, on a less powerful computer, I would think it's just the number or the amount of memory that the browser is having to hold when it's uploading your file, mainly higher resolution video chargers.
Well, that makes sense too, because especially with you and that little project you were trying to do, Tan, with the freaking old computer, like
didn't work.
It didn't work. You said that it was a lot of stress on it, didn't you?
Yeah. I mean, it just wouldn't completely work. It doesn't have the virtualization technology it needs.
Yeah. So that would be it. But I mean, to be honest with you, freaking that has happened recently. That hasn't happened within. That wasn't something that was been that way all the time, because I remember using old freaking computers to get on mines with no problem, and I'm talking old computers like the one you have, like back in 2011 and 2012, old, you know.
Yeah, but you weren't producing videos back then, right?
I said up to, what was this? I bought this machine back in, I think it was, let's say November last year. That does sound right. No, November the year before. I was using a Lenovo think station Center A58. Which was manufactured in 2010 and only had mechanical hard drives on it, fairly low CPU, and 4 gigs of RAM maximum. Yeah, and the amount of stalling I found on that in various tasks.
Yeah, and I mean, it was like, did you have any problems at all with mines?
I had plenty, especially with the sort of news feed stalling.
Yeah.
And I still come across people having problems with it, but no. I'm just trying to look for this news feed stalling.
That's why you're stuck on blogs. It makes sense now why you're so stuck on blogs, because
We've been you've been live streaming for almost 3 hours, guys, and you have 5 viewers on Rumble.
Oh, that is cool. That is cool. Well, thank you guys for being on Rumble. Nobody is showing up for D-Live. I mean, I'll do this for maybe another week, but this is like the 4th replay, and like there ain't shit. Like nobody comes in here. I'm not playing this shit. Like I've done the whole Twitch thing, but at least on Twitch people get to see your shit, you know. Like nobody gets to see what you're streaming on freaking D-Live whatsoever.
I had never heard of D-Live until what's his name?
Jeffy, actually.
Jeff. Yeah.
Jeffy.
Jeffy.
It's crazy. That is just, I mean, it literally is crazy shit, so. That is the most ridiculous freaking stream I've ever seen in my life. Like, at least that's what it's making itself out to be. Like, freaking nobody gets to see your video unless you freaking, unless you send them to the video to watch it. Even Odyssey freaking shares your shit with each other, you know, or with everybody on the platform.
Are you making money on Rumble, Roger?
Yeah, I think I'm up to like $1.19.
Yeah, $1.19. Because every time they play an ad on your video, you get something, right? Because every time I reload this page, it plays a couple of ads.
Yeah, they're supposed to. I don't know if it is doing it or not, but
yeah, it is. It does. That's cool.
I mean, it started picking up. Don't get me wrong; it has picked up in the last month or so, but I mean, it's just been an inchworm after the other. I'd say after 8 months, that's whenever freaking it does start picking up, and it's been doing pretty good. Oh, he's on fire, dude. I think you got him so mad, Tan.
Yeah, I just referenced.
Did you see that shit, dude? He's like, I'm so glad I put it back on Skype just in time for that. Like, it was his face. He had that freaking smirky face, and that link just came flying right in front of him. I was like, damn, dude, that's hard. So yeah, we've been.
The GitLab interface, I find it really sucks. It's amazing how you're able to find stuff so quickly on.
So, I mean,
I bookmark all my all the GitLab tickets I'm creating also. I can
I haven't really like
prove my
ventured.
business.
I don't even want to venture even like into the GitLab world of frickin' mines.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean I'd rather let you guys deal with that because I went over this stuff and believe it or not, I don't know if your memory's good or not, but I've said this shit before. Like you're not hearing nothing new. I know you. Hopefully you guys realize that because I've said this shit to you. I don't know how many times. The same stuff. I mean, I've gone over it again and. But the thing that's important that I need to point out is the fact that frickin' I can say it to the rest of them. They aren't gonna do a damn thing, dude. Not a damn thing.
Well, no, if you went on GitLab, you would see that they're quite busy doing
Dude,
stuff.
I just want them to
They're
sync
not-
my YouTube channel. I don't give a shit about none of the other stuff. Just sync my YouTube channel.
It's all about you then, isn't it?
No, just the YouTube channel.
Is there a priority? And if so, where in the list should it go?
I fucking
Wait. Mark's channeling Bill now.
I think it is Bill's fault. I think it is directly Bill's fault. He is out too. He's too busy out playing golf and hanging out with freaking Joe Rogan, and he just don't have time for us slowly
I
freaking
could
minds.
make an argument on that one, but yeah, I think I would take the fifth.
Oh, okay. So you know something, and you're not gonna let us know. That's what it is.
No. I've got a couple of opinions that certain people would not like. That's the
Okay.
Yeah.
You show that
no,
you're holding yourself back, right?
Yeah.
We better
Yeah.
freaking call
I'm
this.
being tactful.
We better
You
call
call it.
this.
I gotta go make dinner. We should
Yeah,
call
that's,
it.
yeah, I know. And besides that, if we keep Mark on here, he's gonna get himself into trouble. He's already hyped up, man.
I don't know. I don't think Mark's the type of person to be bullied. You know, we've seen him stand up to Bill. So
Well, he gets so fired up, dude, and it takes so much to do it. That's why I don't really want to get off of here because I like seeing him get that way. He doesn't do that very much. You know what I mean?
right.
I love seeing him fired up like that, dude, because
Yeah, me too.
he is a monster, dude. he is a freaking beast.
I'm such a pussycat.
Yes, you are.
My
Yes, you are.
genitals are
Oh crap! Did you guys notice that? I just snorted like karma. Jeez.
Yeah. And with that being said, I do want to say freaking again, thank you guys for freaking helping and being a part of this for the entire time, you know, and also I want to say thank you to Karma and Bob Dub and everybody else
Good.
who's been on here. The one person I will not say thank you to is Mr. Robot because he is a lazy shit. Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't want to come onto your show anymore ever since he got you in trouble.
Well, no, it was back when we started all this. He was one of the talkers. He's the one that freaking was
Yeah.
thinking this would be a great idea. And you know what? He's come on maybe 3 times, dude, in the entire year we've been doing this.
He did want to come on yesterday's stream, but he asked within
Oh,
the
yeah,
last,
right?
I don't know, 20 minutes.
I was
Yeah, he only asked within the last 20 minutes of the stream, and we were just finishing off.
But that wasn't mine's roundtable though. That was
No,
that,
not right.
that was Roger's real time
No.
talk show. And the only reason why he did that is because we stirred him up about freaking the colonials of England, and he got fired up about all that stuff. So hopefully that'll.
I imagine, again, we wanted to try and keep within the hours of the slot, and I could see if I invited him on at that late stage, we'd be still here for the next 2-3 hours.
Mm-hmm. Well, with that though, what we're going to do is we're going to try to figure out how to get him on to the thing so that he can say something, but at the same time we need to make sure he doesn't go crazy and start talking about freaking, stuff that's not mentionable on YouTube.
Again, maybe a stream might not be appropriate. Maybe a recording be a bit more appropriate in this situation.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Maybe do an interview with him, a pre-recorded interview.
Yeah.
I can stream it on Rumble and everything like normal, and then freaking do an upload on YouTube.
You interview him his life for one of your streams a while ago, right?
No, he doesn't want to tell his life story.
No, but I thought he did.
Well, yeah, he did. He did.
Well, yeah,
he did.
You interviewed him for his life story.
Well, Mr. Robot's life story was interesting, but like he freaking, you could tell he was holding back on a lot of it. Like with you freaking said your story and you went all the way back to when you was a kid in Vietnam, you know what I'm saying? When Mr. Robot did it, he was like talking like he was in an interview and shit, and I'm like, no, hold on, dude. Like, this is your life story, dude.
He doesn't have to tell us.
Yeah. I'm surprised that he even agreed to tell you.
That's why I didn't say nothing. But there was a difference, you know what I'm saying? It was like there was a difference. Like if I asked Mark to tell his story, he'd try to give me his resume. You know what I'm saying?
Well, speaking of which, have you ever interviewed Mark's life story for one of your
he hasn't volunteered to do it yet, but I would do it if he ever wanted to do it. He did a business.
That would be a set of conditions set up. Might be a set of conditions.
Non-disclosure agreement and conceptual. Contractual obligations and all that.
Now he did.
He needs to come up with new terms of use agreement for you to sign before you can.
Yeah, that's the way he is. You know how it is. Now he did do something similar. I think it was like in the beginning when I first did it, but it wasn't really a life story. It was kind of like him telling his business career and stuff like that. I could get him. I could.
Yeah, summary of who I am.
Yeah.
You don't need to know every single.
That's called your life. That's called. Well, you don't need to tell your skeletons. We just want to know your life story, and that's it.
You don't need to tell your skeletons in the closet. Yeah.
As North Americans, you need to know.
I'll tell you what.
Things like
I'll tell you what. If people would take time to freaking just start from the beginning and just let it go naturally, they would be amazed about how much they really want to say compared to what they believe before they start doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, every person I've done these stories with freaking say, well, I don't want to say this and I don't want to say that, and I'm like, okay, you don't have to say it. And guess what happens by the end of the freaking story? They've said every freaking thing that they've said.
It becomes a professional proof.
You're a professional con artist, Mr. Hanson.
I mean, I'm not really conning them. I'm just letting them freaking be themselves, and then they all of a sudden are starting to say the things they said they weren't going to say. And you know why? It's because deep down they really did want to say it. They just didn't freaking know they wanted to say it until it happened.
Analyzing us now.
Well, I mean, it's weird how that works.
Yeah.
It really is weird how that works. Like, I never freaking told them, well, you gotta say this, or like, you say what you want to say. If you don't want to say anything about certain things, you can choose when to start in your life. If you want to start when you were a little kid, start there. If you want to start when you were a young lady or a young man, start there. It's your choice, and every one of them.
It's 10 p.m. here. I really gotta go make dinner.
Same here. I'm gonna get off here.
get out.
Yeah,
Stream.
Henry did.
Okay, so
Mm.
you guys want to say bye?
Yeah, so thank you, Roger Hansen, for inviting us into your last episode of season 2 of Live with Roger Hansen's Minds Roundtable Weekend event. And let's see each other next season. So, Roger, tell us how long we're going to take a break and when the next season's going to start.
This will be the last episode until January, the first Friday of January, 2025.
I presume that will be pre-recorded, so I'm not sure January the 1st is going to be the most faithful one with us.
We'll just say the first Friday since we've been doing these on Fridays.
Okay,
Right,
okay, yeah.
The first Friday
Uh,
of January.
January the 1st, who knows what state any of us could be in that day.
Right. That's
Okay.
it.
See you, man.
All right. You guys have a good one.